Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Solo Survivor. Ajir test number hoise 14. APSC Combined Competitive Prelims 2026 or General Studies Paper 1 or Mock dibole koi asu. Etu paper সম্পূৰ্ণ UPSC pattern follow কৰি বনোৱা হৈছে আৰু it's really very tough paper. যদি কাৰোবাক PDF টো লাগে তেতিয়া হলে মই descriptionত মোৰ contact number টো দি দিম তাত contact কৰি কিনে pay কৰি কিনে কিনিব পাৰিব PDF টো Okay, let's start from question number 1. Indian Polity Parliamentary Committees. Consider the following statements regarding the Public Accounts Committee. Public Accounts Committee, okay. Statement keta ki dia ase. It consists of 22 members with 15 from Lok Sabha and 7 from Rajya Sabha elected annually. Is it correct? Yes, it is correct. A minister cannot be elected as a member of the committee. Yes, this is also correct. The chairperson of the committee is invariably appointed by the speaker from the ruling party to ensure coordination. Etu kotha to ki goise chairperson to ruling party mane appoint korbo pare boli kene to ensure coordination to ruling party to bonai tite hole ki kotha hobo no surasari hobo no. So I don't think this is correct. So third is incorrect. I will go for A, 1 and 2. Let's check. Yes, I did correct. 1 and 2 were correct answers. Statement 1 and 2 are correct. Statement 3 is incorrect because since 1967, a convention has developed where the speaker appoints the person of the Parliamentary Accounts Commission, Parliamentary Accounts Commission from the opposition, not the ruling party. Person of the appointed by the opposition party. Okay. Where the speaker appoints the chairperson of the Parliamentary Accounts Committee from the opposition, not the ruling party. This is to ensure an unbiased audit of government expenditures. Yes, to government or khorosor mane hisab nikas kore aru etu committee Parliamentary Accounts Committee. Etu to opposition party ase he he mane speaker herit appoint kore aru. Question number 2, Assam History, Ahom Administration Perspective question. With reference to the pike system of the Ahom Kingdom, consider the following statements. Every male between the ages of 15 and 50 was obligated to render service to the state as a pike. 15 to 50. Yes, this is correct. Pike hisabe Ahomor Rozak mane hohay korbo lagisile, service dibo lagisile. A group of 4 pikes formed a court. This is also correct. And 1 person from each court had to serve the king by rotation. Yes, the rotation mane process ase. Sarita eta pike sarita pike theke eta gotot aru eta got eta gotor mane 4 jonor ejon rojar service koribo lage aru baki keta 4 jonor karone baki 3 jon 4 jonor karone khitir kamot niyojito hoi thikbo lage eneko. During the reign of Raja Singha, the number of pikes in a god was increased to 5. Etu 5 to nohoy etu 4 pora 3 ta komaisil he. So this is not correct. So 1 and 2 only. So A will be the correct answer. Yes, is the correct answer. 1 and 2 accurately describe the pike system. Statement 3 is incorrect during the later stages and specifically during Raja Singha. ৰাইচৰ শিঙৰ সময়তে মানে চাৰিটা পেকৰ পৰা তিনিটা কৰি মানে কমোৱা হৈছে, এটা গোটত তিনিজনকে মানে নতুনকৈ হেৰি কৰিছে আৰু নিয়ম due to population decline মানুহটো কমি যোৱাৰ কাৰণে তো চাৰিটাৰ সলনি তিনিটাকৈ কৰিছে এণ্ড ইণ্টাৰনেল প্ৰেছাৰ আৰু কিবা প্ৰেছাৰ আছিলে ভিতৰৰ পৰা নট ইনক্ৰিজ কৰা নাছিলে কমাইছিলেহে Question number 3, Geography, Climatology. Consider the following statements regarding jet streams. Oh, jet stream or regards question. Jet streams are narrow bands of strong winds in the upper levels of the troposphere. The correct name? Yes. Yes, this can be correct because এইটো বহুত ওপৰ ভাগত হেৰি হয় মানে প্ৰডিউচ হয় The tropical easterly jet stream is associated with the sudden onset of the Indian southwest monsoon. Tropical easterly jet stream is associated with the sudden onset of the southwest monsoon. Southwest monsoonৰ সময়ত easterly আহে নেকি easterly নহয় westerly আহে আৰম্ভণিত ন যেতিয়া ৱেষ্টাৰ্লিহে আহে বুলিহে কোৱা যায় ন যোনটো বৰ্ডিচিলা হয় সাউথ ৱেষ্ট মনচুন ঠিক তেতিয়া বৰ্ডিচিলা আহে ন so this statement is wrong maybe possibly I will choose for wrong choose as wrong yes in both hemispheres the subtropical jet stream moves northward in summer and southward in winter in both hemispheres the subtropical jet stream moves northward and in summer southward in winter I think 1 and 3 are correct no I think only one correct I think only one I will go for one only oh 1 and 2 were correct 3 were incorrect oh my god I have very less knowledge about this jet streams are narrow bands of strong winds at the upper levels of the troposphere that is correct but two and only also the one or two was correct the tropical easterly jet stream is associated with the sudden onset of the sudden easterly jet stream associated with the sudden onset of the Indian southwest monsoon 3 was tricky they are saying while the jet stream moves north or south with the sun okay northward southward okay it is more accurate to say it moves poleward yes poleward in summer poleward and equatorward in winter oh means in the summer the jet stream moves towards poleward but in the winter jet stream moves towards equatorward to the center means where there is equator okay but in the winter equatorward in the summer poleward okay for the southern hemisphere moving north in summer their summer is December Feb would mean moving toward the equator which is incorrect that was incorrect they move toward the south pole in their summer yeah যেতিয়া summer হয় গ্ৰীষ্মকাল হয় তেতিয়া jet stream to southward move কৰে south pole কোনফালে আছে দক্ষিণ মেৰু ফালে ন এণ্টাৰ্কটিকা য'ত আছে so this is it question number 4 Assam art and culture sutras which of the following statements regarding the Memorial Rebellion and the Sutra institution is correct Muammar rebellion, etc. institution. It was a conflict primarily between the Ahom kings and the Brahmanical Satra. বৈষ্ণৱাইত আছিলে ন বৈষ্ণৱাইত হ'লে ব্ৰাহ্মণ হয় নেকি Ahom kings and Brahmanical Satras. Brahmanical বৈষ্ণৱাইত কেনেকৈ ক'ম এইটো মতকবিলাক আছিলে ন I don't know means precisely this one. Okay, let it be. So the rebellion was led by the disciples of the Muammar Satra who followed the Kala Samhati ideology. Kala Samhati? Wow, very critical. What is this about Kala Samhati? Very critical question. The rebellion resulted in the permanent shift of the Ahom capital to Majuli. Permanent shift? That is impossible. It was exclusively an ethnic conflict between the Ahoms and the Morans without religious undertones. It will be exclusive ethnic, exclusively word time and perplexible, kind of confusing. Okay, means doubtful. So this is not correct. Religious undertone or without religion nor logot bahut bisi related hoy. C and D pura complete cancel. It was a conflict primarily between the Ahom kings and the Brahmanical Satras. Brahman asile niki Satra bilak Moran motok bilak Mayamara Satra it were Vaishnavite Bhakats they were Brahmane hobo নহয় Vaishnavite Bhakot hole I don't know this. The rebellion was led by the disciples of the Mayamara Satra who followed the Kala Samhati. Kala Samhati, I don't know this one, ideology. Kala Samhati ideology. Kala or Kola? Mayamara Satra. That is not correct. So A is going to be the correct answer. I will go for A. Oh, there was B. So I made again incorrect assumption. It was the rebellion was Brahmanical no hoy tamne no Vaishnavite to Brahmanor pura olop separate hoy Brahman kor hoy Brahman Satra okay Kala Samhati ideology follow korisile Mayamara rebilak Phokot bilak Kala Samhati. The Muammariya rebellion was a social-religious and political conflict. The Mayamara Satra belonged to the Kala Samhati group. This which emphasized egalitarianism and the absolute authority of the Kuru, often putting them at odds with the Ahom monarchy's divine right claims. Okay, monarchy's divine right claims. Oh, Ahom monarchy divine right claims. ভগৱানৰ পৰা আহোমৰ এইটো মানে ইহঁতে হেৰি কৰিছিলে আৰু ন ভাল পোৱা নাছিলে মৰাণবিলাক Economy monetary policy. It is reserved if the Reserve Bank of India decides to adopt an accommodative stance, which of the following actions is it likely to take? The Reserve Bank of India decides to adopt an accommodative stance. Which of the following actions is it likely to take? Reducing the repo rate. Accommodative stance lole repo rate Bangkok bilak sote regarding tax day mane loanor karone to komai debo niki. Yes, maybe selling government securities in the open market. Accommodate. Government securities open market to sell koribo no sell koribo buy koribo inflation dur korbo karone increasing the cash reserve ratio Cash reserve ratio increase kuribone. Cash reserve ratio. Accommodating. No, no, no. Only one and two. I will go for only one and two. B. Oh, there was only one. Selling government securities in open market. That is not correct. Oh my god. Accommodative stance short. Reduce curve repo rate. Only that one. Selling government securities in open market. That is not accommodative stance. Increase the cash reserve ratio. That is also not falling under accommodative stance. The accommodative stance means the RBI is willing to expand the money supply to boost growth. Yes, money supply, expanding money supply. This involves lowering rates, that is repo, selling securities, and increasing. Oh, selling securities, open market, open market, selling securities, group. And increasing CRR. Cash reserve rate. Oh, this is not correct. Maybe are contractionary measures used to suck liquidity out of the system. Okay. The im, the this involves lowering rates. Yes, that is correct. For accommodative stance, a repo rate decrease and selling securities on in open markets and increasing cash reserve ratio are contractionary measures used to suck liquidity out of the system. Used to suck liquidity out of the system. Okay. Liquidity means what? The good flow of the system has to be collapsed. Okay. Consider the following statements regarding the Lagrange points, specifically L1 in the context of the. Oh, I made mistake in here. Oh, so how many? Yes, I have given. Consider following statements regarding the Lagrange points, specifically L1 in the context of the added L1 mission. L1 is a point in space where the gravitational forces of two large bodies like Sun and the Earth produce enhanced regions of attraction and repulsion. Produce enhanced means increasing or what? Regions of attraction and repulsion. Enhanced regions means well defined, well formed, well performed line and regions of attraction and repulsion. Attracura and this attracura, this tracura, this means repulscura. Okay. So this is correct. A satellite placed in a hollow orbit around L1 can continuously view the sun without any occultation or eclipses. This is also correct. The L1 point is located approximately 15 million kilometers from Earth. I think this is also correct. 15 million kilometers from Earth. I will go for all three. D. Oh, that was not correct. I made a mistake again. Oh, very tricky. What call assumption? The L1 point is located approximately not 1.5 million kilometers, not 15 million. Oh, it's very tricky one. Okay. 1.5 million kilometers from Earth, the Lagrange point, which is about 1% of the total Earth and Sun's distance, which is about 1% of the total Earth to Sun distance. Okay. Assam economy 7. Question number 7. Which of the following products from Assam have been granted the geographical indication tag? Chudima, Kajinimu, Kamusa, Sukua rice. What is Sukua rice? Sukua rice, Sukua rice, Sukua rice. I think that is all for D. Yes, D is the correct answer. I am a little bit confused about Sukua rice. Dimasa. First, that is Sudima. Dimasa Gumaneri was the first traditional brew in the Northeast to get a GI tag. Kazinimu, there was 2019. Kamusa 2022. Sukua rice, that is magic rice. Komul Saul Niki, Sukua rice too, I think so, are all protected. Question number 8. Environment bioremediation. In the context of solving pollution problems, what are the advantages of bioremediation? Bioremediation. It is a technique for cleaning up pollution by enhancing the same biodegradation processes that occur in nature. To cleaning up pollution by enhancing the same biodegradation processes. Oh, bioremediation, I think correct. Any contaminant with a heavy metal core like cadmium or lead can be easily and completely treated by oh my god, bioremediation using microorganisms. Heavy metal core, I don't think this is correct. This is very much contaminating. That's why this cannot be easily remediated using microorganisms. It can be practiced in situ at the site of contamination. Very critical. It can be practiced in situ at the site of contamination. I will go for one and only one, or it can be practiced in situ at a site of contamination as 1 and 3. I will go for C. Yes, C is the correct answer. Somehow I could correct this one. Statement 2 is a classic APSC trap. Yes. Heavy metals like cadmium and lead are not easily or completely biodegradable, while some bacteria can sequester or sense the oxidation state of metals. They don't disappear like organic pollutant. Some bacteria can sequester or sense the oxidation into oxidation state of metals. They don't disappear like organic pollutants. Question 9. Ancient history inscriptions. The Nidhanpur copper plate inscription is a vital source for the history of the Burman dynasty. It was issued by which king? That was Bhaskar Bhamana. Nidhanpur copper plate, that was Bhaskar Burman. That is correct. B. Yes, correct. Although the Nidhanpur plates were a reissue of a grant originally made by Phuti Burman. Originally, it was made by Phuti Burman. Okay. That is reissue. Okay, they were issued by Bhaskar Burman after he recovered the lost territories of Kamrup from the Gouda or Gora king Sasanka. Okay. Harshavardhana helped Bhaskar Burman to defeat Sasanka International relations 10. Question 10. Consider the following pairs. Reason in news and country. Okay. Donbass, where is it? Donbass, Ukraine. Donbass in Ukraine? I don't know. Tigray, Ethiopia. That can be correct. Cabo Delgado, Mozambique. Mm-mm-mm. Which should I choose? 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, D. Donbass. I don't think this is in Ukraine, so I will not go for there. I will go 2 and 3. I will go 2 and 3. B. B. Oh, all way correct. So I made mistake. The Donbass was in Ukraine. Tigray, that was Ethiopia. Cabo Delgado, Mozambique. This is the step of maybe question is a step up in both UPS and APSC pattern. Okay, they were in the news in the recent year. This one, question number 11, Indian history, modern revolutionary movements. Regarding the Chittagong Armory raid, consider the following statements. Chittagong Armory raid. It was conducted under the banner of the Indian Republican Army Chittagong branch. Under the banner of the Indian Republic Army Chittagong branch. I don't know this one Chittagong how it was. Train raid, I think this was in the train. Surya Sen was assisted by prominent female revolutionaries like Kalpana Datta and Priti Lata Wadidar. The raid successfully captured the city's telegraph and telephone communications, effectively isolating Chittagong. Chittagong Armory raid. It was conducted under the banner of the Indian Republican Army. Indian Republican Army asal negated ya. Habo pare nino habo pare. Chittagong branch. This cannot be happened. No, this one is not correct. According to me, okay. Surya Sen was assisted by prominent female revolutionaries like yes, also female took place. The raid successfully captured the city's telegraph and telephone communications effectively. I think C is correct. Means 3 is correct. So I will go for 2 and 3. 2 and 3. All were correct. I made mistake again. It was conducted under the banner of the Indian Republican Army, Chittagong branch. Suresh there was Master Da led the raid in 930. They managed to cut off communication and rail links. Oh, there was a different communication rail link. Pritilota Waditer led the attack on the Pahartuli European Club, while Kalpana Dutt was closely associated with the movement and arrested later. Oh my god. Pritilota Waditer. Suresh led in 1930. There was Chittagong rail raid, armory raid, and what Kalpana Datta was also closely associated and arrested later. This Chittagong rail armory raid was conducted under the banner of the Indian Republican Army Chittagong branch. Suresan was the prominent leader, means he was a leader, helped by Kalpana Dutt and Preetloda Waditar. The raid successfully captured cities, telegraph, communication, railway link, etc. Good kind of. And this is geography, oceanography. Which of the following factors influence the salinity of ocean water? Salinity. মানে সাগৰৰ পানী নিমখীয়া হোৱাৰ কাৰণ কি ন? Evaporation and precipitation. Evaporate to hoy. Precipitation মানে বৰষুণ পৰিলে হয় নেকি? This can be not so much correct. Fresh water flow from rivers. This is also correct. Fresh water লগত নিমখ লৈ আহে ন? Ocean currents. Ocean current কাৰণে কিবা হয় নেকি? নিমখীয়া হয় নেকি? I don't think this is the factor. Freezing and thawing of ice. পানীটো freeze হ'লে হয় নেকি? I don't think this is also correct. Evaporation, precipitation, and evaporation, precipitation. Which of the following factors influence the salinity of? Yes. This influence হ'ব এইটো precipitation হ'লে অলপ কমিব সেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ নহয় এইটো ocean currents-তো একো effect নকৰে ন salinity-ৰ ওপৰত. Freezing and thawing of ice, this can be affected. 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. That is 1 2 3 1 2 not 1 2 3 1 2 and 4 1 2 4 1 2 4. There is no 1 2 4. So 2 and 4 only. 2 and 4. Kuntusam, freezing and thawing of ice. Thawing means what? I don't know. Thawing means to throw off, something like that. I guess freezing and thawing of ice. Separate, no. Ocean currents. Salinity of ocean water. All, I will go for all. Yes, all is correct here. Ocean current effect Korean. Freezing and thawing of water or ice. Salinity is abated by everything that adds or removes water. Evaporation increases salinity. Yes, precipitation decreases. And the river inflow decreases it. Yes. Freezing ice leaves salt behind. Freezing ice leaves salt behind. Freezing ice doesn't have increasing salinity of the remaining water. If ice freezes, then what? There is no salinity in the ice. But salinity, what call, stays in the water, while thawing adds fresh water. Thawing adds fresh water. Okay. Assam geography wetlands. Consider the following statements regarding Deepor Bill. It is the only Ramsar site in Assam. Yes. It is a perennial freshwater lake located in a former channel of the Brahmaputra River. Yes, perennial, all time there can be water. Correct. It has been designated as an important bird area by the BirdLife International. The bird area to hoy BirdLife International কৰিছিলে ওইটোতো Ramsar site হয় ন all three or only 1 and 2 হ'ব পাৰে So I will go for all three. D. Yes, D is the correct answer. The bill is of immense biological and environmental importance. It is indeed the state's only Ramsar site, though others are proposed and serves as a major staging site for migratory birds. Indian polity emergency provisions. What happens? Emergency provisions. What happens when a proclamation of national emergency is in operation? Well, necessary. What called national emergency is in operation. What happens with a proclamation at the time? Okay. The Parliament acquires the power to make laws on subjects mentioned in the state list. National emergency homeopath, the Parliament acquires the power to make laws on subjects mentioned in the state list. Proclamation. President can modify the constitutional distribution of revenues within the Union and the states. The Parliament acquires the power to make laws on. Yeah, yes, this is correct. Both two and one and two are correct. Life of the Lok Sabha can be extended about 1 year at a time for any length of time. The life of Lok Sabha can be extended by 1 hour at a time for any length of time. If there is emergency, then I think the life of Lok Sabha can be extended or not. I don't think it has it has any relationship with national emergency. I will go for one and two, or the life of the Lok Sabha can be extended by 1 year at a time or for any length of time. Maybe because emergency is not an easy matter, so it it is serious. That's why at a time the extension can take place. Okay, so I will go for all three. Yes, all three. That is the correct. During a national emergency, Article 352, national emergency, the federal structure becomes unitary. Okay, federal structure means separate. This is what we call center state. This becomes unitary. Okay. Um, Parliament can legislate on state subjects. Article 250. The president can alter revenue sharing. President can alter revenue sharing 268 to 279, and the Lok Sabha can be extended by a law of Parliament for 1 year at a time. For 1 year at a time. Yes, at a time only for 1 year. It can be extended, but at other what we call like 2 3 times it can be extended. Uh, uh, that were respectively. Okay. Environment ecology. The term trophic level interaction. Trophic level interaction ecology. No, environment ecology refers to how energy flows through an ecosystem. Consider the following. Trophic cancer. Trophic. What is trophic? What is tropic? This is different. Trophic level interaction refers to how energy flows through an ecosystem. Oh, this is how energy flows through an ecosystem. That is trophic level. Okay. Energy flow is always bidirectional in an ecosystem. Energy flow is always bidirectional in energy or in an ecosystem. Bidirectional. The bidirectional. How it is? How is it? The number of trophic levels, that is energy flow, is usually limited to 4 or 5 because of the then what this is. 10% law of energy transfer. Oh my god, I don't know anything. Uh, sub, saprotrophs decomposers are generally not included in the representation of trophic levels in ecological pyramids. Trophic levels in ecological pyramids. I don't know this one also. What I need to choose for the answer? Two, only two. The energy flow is always bidirectional in an ecosystem. The number of trophic levels is usually limited to 4 or 5 because of 100% law of energy transfer. Law of the law of energy transfer. Subtrophs, that is decomposers, are generally not included in the mission of trophic levels in ecological pyramids. Decomposers decompose. Yes, not included. Correct or not? Decomposer will ecological to energy flow, environment and ecology trophic level, that is bidirectional in an ecosystem. What is ecosystem? What is this? The number of trophic levels is. Oh my god. Generally not included. In ecological pyramid. Oh, so 3 is not correct. So then 1 and 2 only. Oh my god. I made mistake. Energy flow is always bidirectional. This is incorrect. The number of trophic levels is usually limited to 4 or 5 because of the. What is this? I couldn't understand this one. 10% law of energy transfer. That is, decomposers are generally not included in the representation of trophic levels in ecological pyramids. That was correct. Because energy flow is unidirectional. Oh, from sun to producers to consumers. Oh, energy flow. Oh my god. That is where there is sun, there is energy. And that's why with the general energy we what we call creatures element on this earth. Unidirectional from sun to producers to consumers. It never flows back to sun. Okay. Now I understand. The 10 what this one I don't know this term. 10 1% law. I don't know, that is Lindemann's law. This is called Lindemann's law. 10% law something. I don't know how to means. I said the words. Lindemann's law explains why top predators are rare. Oh, top predators are rare. Okay. Assam history, medieval. The Treaty of Kilazari Khat, that is 1663, was signed between which Kilazari Khat, that is Ahom and Zodi Ahom, because Ahom Mughals under Mir Jumla, that is Mughal, Ahom Mughal, Ahoms and Burmese, no, that was she. Mir Jumla's invasion, Jodha Singha was forced to sign this humiliating treaty. The Ahoms had to cede territory from Parli River in the north and Kolang in the south. Cede pay a heavy war indemnity and send a princess to the Mughal harem. There was Ramani Gapuru. Sets its territory from Porle River in the south, or Porle River in the north, and Kolong in Himalayan Interior. Sorry, in the south. Kolong in the south. Porle in the north, Kolong in the south. Economics inflation. Consider the following statements regarding the consumer price index. The wholesale price index, consumer price index, wholesale price index in India. That is, the consumer price index reflects the change in the level of prices of a basket of goods and services purchased by households, whereas wholesale price index tracks inflation at the producer level. Oh my god, this is consumer price index reflects the sense in the level of prices. Consumer price index prices of a basket of goods and services purchased by households. Whereas wholesale price tracks inflation at the producer level. Maybe correct. The Reserve Bank of India uses wholesale price index as its primary measure for monetary policy decisions. That is not correct. Primary result, which no wholesale price RBI, the wholesale price index of monetary policy decisions. I don't think correct. Food has a higher weightage in consumer price index. Food has a higher weightage. Consumer price index than in wholesale price index. And this can be correct. So 1 and 3 can be correct. I will go for that is B. Yes, B is the correct answer. Food is a higher weightage in consumer price index than wholesale price index. The RBI shifted to CPI, consumer price index, combined as its key anchor for inflation. Targeting using targeting based on the Wizard Battle Committee consumer price index to know the wholesale price index would not যায়. Primarily they go to consumer price index that is based on Urjal Patel committee recommendations, and food weight in consumer price index is roughly 40% plus minus plus like that, much higher than in wholesale price index. I don't know this term. That is Mandamans law or something like that mentioned before. Okay, whatever. Question 18. Art and culture, temple architecture with reference to the Panchayatana style of temple architecture. Which of the following is correct? Panchayatana. Only one trigger to be corrected. Panchayatana, it involves 5 main deities placed in a single sanctum. Sanctorum means the what called holy divine place, something like holy place for the idol, something like that. The holiest place, sanctorum. Panchayatana. Five main deities placed in a single deities. No. The main temple is built on a high platform and is surrounded by 4 smaller subsidiary shrines. This can be correct. It is a style exclusively into the Dravidian school of architecture. I don't know. Dravidian school of architecture. The Daulat Bajar temple is the only style noticed. I will go for B. Yes, B is the correct answer. Uh, there is what called major, what called major means main temple built surrounded by four smaller subsidiary shrines. Okay. Panchayatana, that is Panch, yes. Pancha means Panch, and Atana means house. Ayatana means house. As you start with the main shrine is surrounded by four subsidiary shrines at the corners of from an arm, quincunx pattern. Examples include the Sabatara temple, Deogur Dasabatara, Das Avatar, okay, Dasavatara temple at Deogur, and Gandaria Mahadev, Khajuraho, Gandaria Mahadev, Gandaria Mahadeva, Khajuraho, Panchayatana, 5 houses. Some literature. Who among the following is known as the Bihogi Kobi? Bihogi Kobi, there was Raghunath Sudhari. That is A. Some easy questions also come. Raghunath Sudhari is called Bihogi Kobi, poet of birds. Poet of birds. Bihogi means birds. I didn't know before. Because his poems like Ketiki and Duhi Katara, oh, these are only for birds, no? Revolve around nature and birds. He was prominent figure of the Jonaki era. Raghunath Chaudhary was a prominent figure of Jonaki era. Jonaki that was established in 1889. That is Jonaki newspaper or what periodical or what it was. I don't know. Periodical, I think. Monthly magazine or what? I think periodical. Means science, biology, biotic. Which of the following describes the technology of somatic cell nuclear transfer? Somatic cell nuclear transfer. Somatic cell nuclear transfer. Describe technology of somatic cell nuclear transfer. Production of biolarvicides. Manufacture of biodegradable plastics. Biodegradable plastics. I don't think this is nuclear transfer, that is deprinting. Reproductive cloning of animals. Production of organisms free of diseases. Organisms. Biolarvicides. Production of biolarvicides. Biolarvicides. Somatic cell nuclear transfer. Manufacture of biodegradable plastics. Reproductive cloning of animals. Production of organisms free of diseases. Production of biolarvicides. Production, reproductive manufacture. There is larvicide, biolarvicide, somatic cell nuclear transfer. A is not correct. Manufacture of biodegradable plastics. Somatic cell nuclear transfer. Yes, B can be the correct answer. Reproductive cloning of animals. C also production of organisms free of diseases. Three of diseases, D or B. I will go for B. Oh ho ho, reproductive cloning of animals. One mistake. Somatic cell nuclear transfer, reproductive cloning of animals. Somatic cell nuclear transfer, that is reproductive cloning of animals, is a technique used to create Dolly the sheep. Oh, animal reproductive by cloning. Okay, it involves removing the nucleus from an unfertilized egg and replacing it with the nucleus from a somatic body. There was Dolly the sheep. There was a species of that is hybrid type of species which is made by cloning. Somatic cell nuclear transfer, Dolly, that is a kind of sheep. Replacing it with the nucleus from a somatic, that was body cell of the animal to be cloned. Okay. Somatic cell nuclear ready reproductive cloning of animals. Okay, I've got this one. There was duly made by it. Okay, let me take a read. Question 21. Indian history, modern constitutional landmarks. Consider the following statements regarding the Government of India Act 1919, Montego Campsport reforms. It introduced diarrhea 1919. Yes. At the central level, dividing subjects into reserved and transport. Reserved and transport. It provided for the establishment of a public service commission for the first time. Public Service Commission 1919 তে হয়েছে নাকি? It separated for the first time provincial budgets from the central budget. It separated for the first time provincial budgets from the central budget. There's for the first time. How about it? For the first time. Budget separate করেছে provincial budget, central budget. হ'ব পাৰে union budget, state budget নিচিনা কেন? It provided for the establishment of a public service commission for the first time. Public service commission এইটো incorrect হ'ব লাগে. 1 and 3. I will go for 1 and 3. Diarrhea at the central level. Dividing subjects into reserved and transport. Campsport reforms, public service commission. No. So 1 and 3. C. Oh. There was 2 and 3. Wrong. 2 and 3 were correct. It was there's at the central level dividing subjects into reserved to know. It provided the establishment of public service commission or Montego Campsport reform, separated for the first time provincial budgets from the central budget. Because Darcy was introduced at the provincial level, not the central level. Darky or provincial level or their course established by 1919 Act. Darky at the center was proposed later by 1935. Okay. Darky to provincial level at first year course 1919 and central level at ketia course 1935. Actors though it never came into operation kintu the personal one asile ketiao. 2 and 3 are significant administrative milestones of this act. Okay, there is Turkey too only first Turkey to only provincial sector মানে provincial কি আছিলে budget thair কৰিছিলে ন introduce কৰিছিলে provincial levelot so I made this incorrect question 22 Assam polity 6 schedule Assam Meghalaya Mizoram 6 schedule ki ase the 6th schedule of the Indian Constitution provides for the administration of tribal areas in Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, and Mizoram. Which of the following is correct regarding the autonomous district councils in Assam? Autonomous district council. The governor has the power to include exclude any area from an autonomous district. Yes, governor has power. Acts of the state legislature do not apply to autonomous districts unless the governor so directs to the modifications. To incorrect honiki. Acts of the state legislature do not apply or do not apply to autonomous districts unless the governor so directs with modification. Yes, this is correct. 2 is also correct and 1 is also correct. There are currently 5 autonomous councils in Assam. The 6 schedule. 5 to for autonomous BT. Karba autonomous council Dimasa. Autonomous council. For autonomous council. Ramasam autonomous council. Mission autonomous council. 5 ase. So these are all correct. D. Oh my god. Autonomous council tini tahan senti tahan le no. Okay, Rava and missing the no. There are 6 little councils in Assam. Bodoland Territorial Council, Karbi Anglong Autonomous and North Kasar Dimasa, North Kasar, Hills Autonomous Council, Dimasa. Other councils in Assam like Missing and Tiwa, Missing or Tiwa, are statutory bodies under State Acts, not as 6 schedule. To State Act. Missing Tiwa, Missing or Tiwa or and Rava. Geography, world mapping, Golden Crescent, and Honor Kasiniki, and Golden Triangle. Often mentioned there the context of global drug trafficking and security referred to Golden Triangle. There's Myanmar, Philippines, etc. Something like that. Reasons of high gold mining in Africa and South America. Golden Crescent hoy niki. Major opium producing areas in Southwest Asia and Southeast Asia. Golden Crescent to Southwest or hoy niki nazano de kintu Southeast Asia to correct hoy to hobo like correct high tech industrial hubs in European ancient trade routes that is no. So this is B. That is B. Yes, B is the correct answer. Golden Crescent to Southwest Asian country, and Golden Triangle that is Southeast Asian country. Golden Crescent কি কি পৰে Afghanistan, Pakistan and Iran. Afghanistan, Pakistan and Iran. The Golden Triangle comprises the border regions of Thailand, Laos, Myanmar. Both are major global hubs for opium production and pose significant security challenges for India. Significant security challenge. India due to its proximity to both. Yes. Indian polity judiciary with reference to the curative. Okay, let me check. Oh, yes, it is working. With reference to the curative petition in the Indian Supreme Court, consider the following. It is a concept curative petition. It's a concept evolved by the Supreme Court in the case of Rupa Sokhura versus Asokhura, 2002. I don't know. It is usually decided by judges in the chamber unless a specific request for an open court hearing is allowed. It is usually decided by judges in the chamber. Just in the chamber unless a specific request for an open court hearing is allowed. Curative petition. How about it? Yes, maybe both correct. It can be filed only after a review petition against a final judgment has been dismissed. Oh, curative petition. It can be filed only after a review petition against a final judgment has been dismissed. Final judgment to cancel hoৱাৰ পিছত হে to curative petition to হ'ব পাৰে না review petition. Review petition আসলে it can be review petition or পিছত curative petition. হ'ব পাৰে, but 3 can be correct. 3. I will go for D. Yes, this is the correct answer. It can be filed only after a curative petition. It can be filed only after a review petition against a final judgment has been dismissed. It is a concept evolved by the Supreme Court in the case of Rupa Sokhura, curative petition Rupa Sokhura versus Asokhura, 2002. It is usually decided by judges in the chamber unless a specific request for an open court hearing is allowed. Okay. প্ৰথমতে এনে জাজেছ হ'ব চেম্বাৰ তাৰপিছত যদি স্পেচিয়েল কিবা ৰিকুৱেষ্ট থাকে তেতিয়াহ'লে অ'পেন কোৰ্ট হিয়াৰিং. Statement 3, all 3 statements are correct. Curative petition is the last constitutional resort. Okay, last or no curative petition to resort to correct a gross miscarriage of justice. যোনটো জাষ্টিছটো ফাল্টু হৈ যায় ন, কাম নহয়, লাষ্টত হেৰি কৰিব পাৰে আৰু ন curative petition. After a review petition কেঞ্চেল হৈ যোৱাৰ পিছতহে আৰু একবাৰ পাৰে তাৰমানে review petition হোৱাৰ পিছত আৰু এবাৰ is exhausted. It is very rare, বহুত মানে ৰেয়াৰ আৰু ন review petition হ'লে আৰু কেঞ্চেলে হৈ যায় বেছিভাগ, কিন্তু এইটো curative petitionো আছে. Gross miscarriage of justice. So it is a very rare and stringent process. আৰু অলপ দীঘলীয়া প্ৰচেছ আৰু মানে হেৰি আৰু ন টান প্ৰচেছ. Assam history, freedom struggle. During the Quit India movement 1942 in Assam, which of the following events occurred? 1942 কি কি হৈছে অসমত? কুশল কোঁৱৰ was hanged for his পিয়লি ফুকনহে আছিলে নেকি নে কুশল কোঁৱৰ? কুশল কোঁৱৰে আছিলে. Hanged for his alleged involvement in a train derailment at Surabhatar. I think correct. Konlota Bora was martyred while attempting to hoist the national flag at Gopur police station. This is correct. A parallel government was established in the Bozali region of Borpeta. Government established Kurisile in Bozali region of Borpeta. Government established Kurisile Bozalit 1942. Borpeta, I don't know this one. হ'ব পাৰে government have a parallel government, no? So so all three can be correct. That is D. I will go for D. Yes, D is the correct. মানে বজালিত parallel government এটা establish কৰিছিলে ব্ৰিটিছে ন to domain এইবিলাক মানে এইবিলাক কি কয় ৰিভল্টবিলাক ডমিন কৰিবৰ কাৰণে হ'ব 1942 was intense কুশল কোঁৱৰ মৰিছিলে activity in Assam কুশল কোঁৱৰ became the only martyr of the quit India movement to be officially hanged in India এটা officially hang কৰা হৈছিলে কনকলতা বৰুৱা of মৃত্যু বাহিনী is a household name কনকলতা in Bojali, a rebel administration was briefly formed, similar to the Proti Sarkar in Satara. Rebel administration was briefly formed. Rebel, what government or what? Rebel government. Rebel government to our area hobo, mane ki kobo. Assamese people hobo, to British no hobo. Okay. Question 26. International relations groups. Consider the following countries: India, South Africa, Japan, Brazil, Germany. Which of the above form the G4 nations that support each other's bids for permanent seats on the United Nations Security Council? For G4 nations that support each other's bids for permanent seats on the United Nations Security Council. Itu Brazil, Japan, South Africa. Itu জাপানৰ বাহিৰে বাকীকেইটা হ'ব লাগে জাপানটোতো অলৰেডি আছে পাৰ্মানেণ্ট চিটত ন নেশ্যনেল চিকিউৰিটি কাউন্সিলত ইণ্ডিয়া সাউথ আফ্ৰিকা জাৰ্মানী ব্ৰাজিল India, South Africa, Germany, Brazil. 1 2 4 5 1 2 4 5 1 2 4 5 1 2 4 5 that is D. Oh no. 1 2 4 5 1 2 4 5 1 2 4 5 correct answer is 1 3 4 5 1 3 4 5 South Africa no that is C4 nations 1 3 4 5 South Africa C4 nase that support each other's bids for permanent seats on the United Nations full হৈ গ'ল C nations বুলি ক'লে আমি ক'ব বুজো ইণ্ডিয়া জাপান ব্ৰাজিল জাৰ্মানী India, Japan, Brazil, Germany. Each others bids for permanent seats on the United Nations Security Council. The G4 comprises India, Brazil, Germany, Japan. South Africa is not part of G4. India, Japan, Brazil, Germany, G4. Though it is a major contender for a permanent seat representing Africa. Okay. So science and tech defense regarding the S4 Triumph. S4 Triumph that is from Russia, I think. Missile system consists of following instruments. It is a long range mobile surface to air missile system developed by Israel. S4 I don't think it is developed by Israel নহয় এইটো Israelটো হ'ব নোৱাৰে It can engage all types of aerial targets including aircraft UAVs ballistic missiles within a range of 400 kilometers correct India's acquisition of this system triggered the threat of sanctions under the US law Kacha India's acquisition of this system triggered the threat of sanctions under the US law triggered the threat of sanctions. Russia এইটো হ'ব লাগে দেই for 2 and 3 correct হ'ব লাগে 2 and 3 2 and 3 2 and 3 I will go for 2 and 3 yes 2 and 3 correct 400 is Russian made yes S-400 Triumph that is Russian made not Israel. India has acquired 5 squadrons of this system user lot কেনেকৈ treat হ'ব কাটছা মানে যিটো law because USA doesn't like means cooperation between Russia and India. That's the matter. Some cultural festivals. Ali Ali Gang, that is of the missing people. Ali Ali Gang, that is festival is primarily celebrated by which community of Assam to mark the beginning of the sowing season. That is Mishings. That is B. Yes. B is the correct answer. Ali means root or seed. I means fruit and ligang means so. Ali means root or seed. Root or seed. I means fruit. Ali means root or seed. I means fruit. Ligang means so. Ligang means so. It is celebrated by missing community. The missing community or the first Wednesday. Lukhmi bar first Wednesday. Prothom Wednesday hole Budbar. Prothom Budbar. Lukhmi bar bole. That is of the month of Gimur. That is Phagun. Phagun mahar Prothom Budbar. Ali Ligang festival palan kore. Ali means seed or root. I means fruit and Ligang means so. Ruwaru no. 29 match the following international conventions with their primary subjects. International Stockholm Convention, persistent organic pollutants. Subjects Stockholm Convention, persistent organic pollutants. Persistent organic pollutants. Itu kenekwa kotha. Organic pollutants. I don't know. This is correct. Minamata, that is mercury, that is correct. Rotterdam Convention, that is hazardous chemicals in international trade. This can be correct, so I will go for 2 and 3 only. Correctly matched only 2. 2 and 3. Stockholm Convention, persistent organic pollutant. What kind of organic pollutant? Organic people cannot be pollutant, so 2 and 3. B. Oh, all were correct. All were correct. Stockholm Convention, persistent organic pollutant. I did not know about this. Stockholm Convention targets that is persistent organic pollutants like DDT. Oh, persistent organic pollutant. Organic pollutant DDT. Minamata addresses mercury pollution named after the disease in Japan. Minamata mercury pollution, and that is causes Minamata disease. And Rotterdam ensures prior informed consent. Prior informed consent for hazardous chemicals. That is Rotterdam Convention. Hazardous chemicals. Okay. 30. What does the term middle income trap refer to? Middle income trap. Economic perspective. Middle income trap. A situation where a country's middle class stops spending due to high inflation. No. A situation where a developing nation becomes stuck at a certain income level and fails to transition to a high income economy. I think can be correct. A tax bracket where middle income earners pay the highest percentage of their income. No. Debt crisis caused by borrowing from middle income countries. I think B. Yes, B is the correct answer. A situation where middle income tribe, a situation where a developing nation becomes stuck at a certain income level and fails to maintain transition to a high income economy. Tribe with the no. This happens when a country loses its competitive edge in manufactured exports, loses its competitive edge in manufactured exports on that is to sell now due to rising wages, okay, but it cannot yet compete with developed economies. Yes, in high value added innovation, high value added innovations with the developed countries. Question 31. General science physics. Consider the following statements regarding total internal reflection. Total internal reflection. It occurs when light travels from an optical denser medium to a rarer medium. This can be correct. Total internal reflection. The angle of incidence must be greater than the critical angle. The angle of incidence must be greater than the critical angle. Must be then greater than the critical angle. Critical angle and this phenomenon is the primary principle behind the functioning of optical fibers and the sparkling of diamonds. Is the primary principle behind the functioning of optical fibers, and the sparkling of diamonds. No, no, no. Total internal reflection. Oh, maybe reflection means what this is. Oh, angle incident must be greater than the critical angle. 1 and 3. I will go for 1 and 3. Hold no, hold 9. I will go for 1 and 3. C. Oh, the D was the correct answer. The angle of incidence must be greater than the critical angle. Total internal reflection is a critical concept in options. For total internal reflection to occur, the light must be trapped within the denser medium, which happens only when the incidence angle exceeds the critical angle. When the incidence angle exceeds the critical angle, some literature magazines, the publication of which magazine is considered the dawn of the age of romanticism in Assam, that is Sonaki. That is Sonaki B. Yes, 1889. Published in 1889 from Calcutta by the Assamia Bhakha Unnati Sabha, that is Jonaki, used in the Romantic era, Jonaki Juk, Chandrakumar Agarwala, Lakshminath Besbura, and Hemchandra Goswami. Chandrakumar Agarwala, Lakshminath Besbura, and Hemchandra Goswami were the Trimurti of this era. It was published from Calcutta. Calcutta, yes. Geography, physical, and landmass. Which of the following landforms are created by the erosional work of glaciers? Which of the following landforms are created by the erosional work of glaciers? The circus. Erosional work glaciers. Erosional work. Erod হয় নেকি খহি যায় erosional work of গ্লেচিয়াৰবিলাক যেতিয়া নামি আহে তাৰপিছত হয় না চাৰ্কাছ সৃষ্টি হয় নে নহয় আই থিংক হয় ষ্টেলেক্টাইটছ এইটো হ'ব লাগে horns and serrated ridges. I think এইটো হ'ব লাগে drumlin কোনখিনিত বা হৈছিলে পাহৰি থাকিলে বস্তুবিলাক গোটেইকেইটা হ'ব লাগে ন I will go for গোটেইকেইটা all four circus stalactites horn মানে শিং নেকি শিঙে ক'লে থিয় হৈ থকা এনেকুৱা হ'ব drumlin মানে বহল হৈ থকা serrated ridges. Yes, all these four. I will go for all these four. And I made it wrong. It was only 1 and 3 due to erosional work of glaciers. 1 and 3, those are circus and horns and serrated ridges. Stalactites and drumlins, these are not formed due to erosional work of glaciers. Circus and horns like the Matterhorn or are erosional. Okay. Stalactites are created by groundwater. Stalactites created by groundwater. Okay. Groundwater in karst topography. Drumlins are depositional features, smooth oval-shaped hills of glacial hills. Drumlins belong to depositional features, smooth oval-shaped. Oval means dim nisna niki. Dima nisna, koni nisna. Shaped hills of glacial till. Okay. 34 Assam history. Muhammad rebellion again. Was the Ahom king during the first phase of the Muhammad rebellion? That is Pratap Singh, I think. In first phase Muhammad rebellion, first phase বুলি ক'ব পাৰি নেকি শিৱ সিংহৰ অধীনতে আৰম্ভ হৈছিলে but দ্বিতীয়টো rebellion হোৱা নাছিলে 1769 in 1769 oh that is Pratap Singha. Oh, there's not Pratap Singha. Rudra Singha, Lakshmi Singha. Rudra Singha to no hobo. Lakshmi Singha, Karinath Singha, Pramata Singha. Muhammad rebellion first took place during Karinath Singha. I think Karinath Singha. There I will go for she. Oh, there was Lakshmi Singha. I made mistaken. First Muhammad rebellion took place during the first wave in 1769. There was during Rudra Singha's reign. Sorry, Lakshmi Singha's reign. The rebellion broke out during Lakshmi Singha's reign. The rebels even captured the capital, Rangpur. They captured Rangpur memories and placed Ramakanto on the throne. Oh, Ramakanto became the king of Rangpur by overthrowing what Lakshmi Singha or he played on the throne for a brief period before the Ahom monarchy regained the control. Oh, he played maybe Lakshmi Singha played. Okay, Ramakanto, 1769. Lakshmi Singha. General science, biology diseases. Consider following peers, disease and pathogen. Pathogen means vector or something like that. Kala Azar, that is protozoa. Leishmania, this is correct. Protozoa. Kala Azar is a protozoan disease and caused by Leishmania protozoa. Tuberculosis. Tuberculosis is a virus or not? Tuberculosis, bacteria. Tuberculosis is a bacterial disease. I think ringworm, that is fungi, that is correct. But tuberculosis, viral or bacterial? Tuberculosis is caused due to tuberculosis. How? TB. I think TB is a viral disease. Yes, all these are correct. I will go for all correct. D. Oh my god, tuberculosis is not viral, bacterial. tuberculosis is caused by bacteria, Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Oh, I made mistake again. Tuberculosis, Mycobacterium tuberculosis. The virus Calazar is spread by the sandfly. Oh, sandfly, that is Leishmania protozoa, vector of sandfly is the vector and caused by a protozoan. Okay. Tuberculosis, Mycobacterium. Tuberculosis, that was bacteria. Indian polity, Panchayati Raj equated to the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act, which of the following are mandatory provisions? Mandatory 73rd, the organization of Gram Shobha in a village or group of villages. Reservation of 1/3 of seats for women in panchayats at all 3 levels. I think correct. Granting financial powers to the panchayats to levy and collect taxes. Panchayati collect tax collect granting financial powers to the panchayat. All correct হ'ব নেকি তো পঞ্চায়ততে কালেক্ট টেক্স দিয়ে নেকি all correct D again made mistake পঞ্চায়তত টেক্স নিদিয়ে so many mistakes I'm making is a voluntary provision. The state legislature may decide to authorize panchayats to levy taxes, but it is not constitutionally mandatory rule under the legislature may decide to authorize panchayats to levy taxes, not constitutionally mandatory. So it is not accurate. Assam geography, hydrography. The Dhansi River, a major tributary of the Brahmaputra, originates from which of the following branches of Dhansi? That is Laisang Peak of Nagaland, Mikir Hills, Boreal Range. Dhansi, I heard some. Dhansi, that is Boreal Range, no? That is Boreal Range, that is D. Oh my god, that was Nagaland. I'm gonna make mistake. Dhansi River originates from Laisang Peak, Nagaland. The South Dhansi River originates from the Laisang Peak of Nagaland. It flows through the Golaghat district. Dhansi, Golaghat. Okay, district before joining the Brahmaputra at Dhansi. Economics, banking. What is the primary objective of the insolvency and bankruptcy? Bankruptcy code, insolvency and bankruptcy code. Primary objective of the insolvency and bankruptcy code. Insolvency. Thar, ringrosto. To provide loans to small and medium enterprises. To consolidate all public loans. Small and medium enterprises. To consolidate all public sector banks into 4 large entities. Consolidate public sector banks into 4 large entities. To provide a time-bound process for resolving insolvency in companies and among individuals. all have any time bound process for resolving insolvency in companies and among individuals. Individual কাৰণেও আছে নেকি individual কাৰণেতো নহয় individual কাৰণে নহ'ব হ'ব বেংকেতো individual কাৰণেও দিব ন loans to small and medium enterprises to provide loans to small all correct to regulate the stock oh my god what is this to provide I have seen the answer so what should I do to regulate the stock market and prevent inside trading yes cannot be correct to public sector banks for large entities with a time-bound process for oh it was correct but I will go for incorrect insolvency and bankruptcy code the primary objective is to provide a time-bound process for resolving insolvency in companies and among individuals okay the insolvency and bankruptcy that is code was enacted in 2016 to streamline the previously fragmented and long-winded process of winding up failed businesses and ensuring maximum recovery for creditors. General science chemistry. Regarding hard water, consider following statements. It contains high concentrations of calcium and magnesium ions. Temporary hardness can be removed simply by boiling the water. Boil kurile water too. Hardness can be removed. No. Hard water is preferred for industrial boilers as it prevents scaling. Two is incorrect, so I will go for 1 and 3. Only 1 or 1 and 3. It contains high concentration of cadmium hard water. Boiling of the water. D. Incorrect hole. বহুত incorrect hole. সমান incorrect বেছি হল নেকি মোৰ 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 incorrect বেছি হল এটা Oh, means hard water. It contains high concentrations of calcium and magnesium ions. And temporary hardness can be removed by simply boiling the water. But hard water is not preferred for industrial boilers. As industrial boiler. Hard water is avoided in boilers. Oh, boilers should avoid hard water. Because it forms scales. It doesn't form scales. No, don't know why it forms scales. Deposits that reduce efficiency and can cause the boiler to overheat or burst. Assam literature. Who was the first Assamese writer to receive the Gyanpith Award? Oh, that was Birendranath Bhattacharya, I think. Birendranath no, Birendra Kumar Gyanpith Award, no. So B is the correct answer. Same correct, same wrong. He received the award in 1979 for Mrityunjay. Mamni Resham Goswami received it later in 2000, and then Nilmani Fukonn in 2021. Only 3 personalities received this Gyanpith Award from Assam. Environment, with reference to the Environment Protection Act 1986, consider the following statements. It was enacted by the Government of India under Article 253 of the Constitution. The Act empowers the central government to establish authorities to prevent environmental pollution in all its forms. The Act empowers the central government to establish authorities to prevent environmental pollution in all its forms. Environment protection. Environment pollution karane hoy niki? In all forms, it is not possible. Environment protection hai to not for pollution. It no hoy. Act empowers the central. That is, empowers the central government to establish authorities to prevent environmental pollutions. This can be Central Pollution Board to ase tar karone. So this is not correct maybe. So this cannot be correct. It was a direct legislative response to the 1984 Bhopal gas tragedy. Environment protection. Environment protection. Only one only one 9 all 3 are correct. All 3 are correct. All 3 are correct. All 3 are correct. D. Yes, D is the correct answer. Environment Protection Act or money to pollution control board or money establish or করে no empower করে committee গঠন করে authority গঠন করে and the response of 1984 Bhopal gas tragedy না ক'ত হৈছিলে এইটো মধ্য প্ৰদেশত হৈছিলে নেকি Bhopal is Madhya Pradesh, no? Umbrella legislation, known as umbrella legislation, is passed following the Bhopal disaster to provide a framework for coordination between various central and state authorities. Okay. Ancient India, Buddhism. Because the fall appears regarding Buddhist council patron, that is first council Ajatsatru, this is correct. Second council, that is Ajatsatru, Asaka, Kanishka. Fourth council to Kanishka. Second council Ajatsatru. Second council. This is second is not correct. Asoka, after Asoka. First Ajatsatru. Second some different. One only how many correctly matched? Only 2 are correctly matched. 1 and 4. 1 and 3. 1 and 3. That is B. Yes, B is the correct answer. Second council was held under Kalasuka. Yes, Kalasuka, the Sisunaga dynasty. The third council was held under Asoka at Patliputra. Okay, Kalasuka hasile Sisunaga dynasty. Second to first to Ajatsatru and third one. And fourth Kanishka. Assam history, the Ghost Kingdom, the famous Gohai Komal Ali. What was considered during which king? Gohai Komal Ali to Thodor Ali to Nornaran. Gohai Komal Ali Silarai Rugadev. Gohai Komal Ali and Nornaran Bonaisile, no? Of course, B. Yes, B is the correct answer. Thodor Ali to this road extended from Coach Bihar to Naranpur, or Gohai Komal Ali. Coach Bihar to Naranpur was built by Gohai Komal, the brother of King Narana. Gohai Komal to Narana, brother 1547. It was primarily constructed for the military movement of the Coast Army. It was primarily constructed for the military movement of the Coast Army from Coast Bihar to Naranpur by the Gohai Komal, the brother of Narayana. Indian polity pardoning power. Okay. With the pardoning power of the president, Article 72 does say pardoning power of the president. The president can grant pardon in cases where the punishment is by a court martial. Can grant pardon. Court martial. Of course, the governor of a state also possesses the power to pardon a death sentence. Also possesses the power to pardon a death sentence. It took in some other aspect. The president exercises this power on the advice of the Union Cabinet. The president exercises this power on the advice of the Union Cabinet. The president exercises this power on the advice of the Cabinet. The president exercises this power on the advice of the Union Cabinet. Grant pardon in cases where the punishment is by a court martial. All for a court martial কৰাৰ পিছতো punishment ৰোধ কৰিব পৰা নৰে to entry to correct হ'ব governor of the state possesses the power to pardon a death sentence governor to পাৰে ন pardon কৰিব I will go for all for the governor হেতু নৰে বহুত পাৰা নিচিনা ভাবিছিলো কিবা এটা বেলেগ mistake হৈ গ'ল president exercises his power on the advice of Union Cabinet president can grant pardon in case the punishment is by court martial okay while the governor can suspend remit or commit a death sentence by the president or it can suspend remit or commit a death sentence only the president has the power to grant a full pardon for a death sentence remit কৰিব পাৰে sense কৰিব পাৰে মানে আকৌ এবাৰ trial কৰিব পাৰে but president has the full power only Geography Assam soil. Which type of soil is predominantly found in new alluvial zones of the Brahmaputra Valley? New alluvial valley and is known for its high fertility or rabi crops. Bhabar soil, khadar soil, rabi crops or karne no. Khadar soil, khadar like that is terite to the rabi crops no. Laterite soil. Laterite hobo no laterite that is the khadar soil he bole wait tak mistake khadar soil when in the rabi crops or karne new alluvial zone to the khadar soil that is khadar like in the context of Assam the new alluvial is often referred to as khadar. It is replenished annually by floods, making it highly suitable for pulses, wilsets, and vegetables. Pulses, wilsets, and vegetables in the islands, all kind of things. Khadar soil, okay. Soron solo no art and culture. Art and culture, classical dances. Literature no I don't. Art and culture. Consider the following statements regarding saturated dance. It was introduced in 15th century by the Great Vaishnava Srimati Sangadev. Correct. It is governed by strictly laid down principles in respect of hastas, hand gestures, and footwork, etc. Saturated strictly laid down principles. Strictly bully to no boy, man to strict bully no governed by laid down principles in respect of hastas. Ne strigegum. Stricko. Word to traditionally it was performed only by Pakots, male monks in Sattras as part of their daily rituals. Okay, only male works. Yeah. 1-3 to correct hoy, 1-3 to correct hoy, but 1-2 to correct hoy nahi. Strictly let down. Principles in respect of hastas. Strictly hoy. So D. Yes, D is the correct answer. Strictly hoy, no? Well, it stated as a male-only monastic dance. In modern times, it is performed by both men and women on the secular stage. Environment conservation. Which of the following are in situ methods of biodiversity conservation? National parks. Biodiversity conservation, national park, botanical garden. Botanical garden to hobo botanical garden. Hobo wildlife sanctuary, hobo biosphere reserve, hobo botanical garden. All to in situ biodiversity conservation. All T. Botanical garden to no hoy. So wrong. क्यों no hoy? That is in situ means on site. Okay, botanical garden to inside ho no. Protein the animal in its natural habitat. Okay, in situ. Botanical gardens and zoos are ex situ. Okay, off site. Okay, ex situ. Conservation methods because the species is all moved to an artificial environment. Okay, in situ. Indian economic employment. What is disguised unemployment? Unemployment that arises due to mismatch between workers' skills and jobs available. A situation where more people are employed than are actually needed. And that occurs when people are during off season. That is B. B is the correct answer. In the common in this this is common in the Indian agricultural sector. Even if some workers are removed, the total production remains the same. Marginal productivity of labor is zero. The Allahabad pillar inscription of Samudragupta mentions which of the following is a frontier kingdom. The Pratanta Rajya of the Gupta Empire. That is Devaka Asili, no? Kamrupa and Devaka both were there. Frontier kingdom to Kamrupa they were both C. Yes, C was the correct answer. The inscription mentions 5 frontier kingdoms in the east. Samanta, Devaka in Noga region, Kamrupa, Nepala, and Kartripura. 5 frontier kingdoms were there in the what called Allahabad pillar inscription by Samudragupta. There those are Samanta, Devaka, Kamrupa, Nepala, Kartripura. Nepala wasile, Nepala, Kartripura. Mane Nepali man wasile niki. Ke bolel. 50. Chemistry. Which of the following acids is responsible for the stinging sensation caused by an ant bite? Ant bite. So acidic acid or powdered or formic acid, methanoic acid, citric acid, that is formic acid, B. Yes, B is the correct answer. Q and bite. Formic acid, that is methanoic acid. Hence, inject formic acid, HCOOH, into the skin, calamine solution containing zinc carbonate is often used to neutralize the effect. International organizations consider the following statements regarding the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, or G20, something like, I don't know, G20 or something like that, the New Development Bank, no? Shanghai Cooperation related. It is a permanent intergovernmental international organization headquartered in Beijing. Shanghai Cooperation Organization, I think correct. India and Pakistan became full members of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization simultaneously in 2017. Pakistan থাকিলে India থাকিব না itu Chinaৰ লগত আছে তো so আছে the regional anti-terrorist structure is a permanent organ of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization located in Tashkent. The regional anti-terrorist structure Shanghai Cooperation Organization structure itu nai neki permanent organ of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. So I think all are correct, all D. Yes, D. Tashkent to anti-terrorist organization structure in Tashkent. The Cooperation Organization, Pakistan and India, a full-time member from 2017. The Shanghai Cooperation Organization is a major Eurasian security and economic bloc. In this entry into the Shanghai Cooperation Organization was a significant shift in its connect Central Asia policy. As some history, the Potrukat Uprising 1894 that took place in where? In Potrukat, that is in Dorang, okay. Is often 1894, often referred to as the Assam ceremony. But what was the primary cause of this uprising? Due to the introduction of British divide and rule, no, a steep increase in land revenue that is carried by the British authorities. The first cultivation, religious intervention, that is B. Yes. On 70 to 80% increase on January 28, 1894, hundreds of peasants in Potrukat Dorang protested against the 70 to 80% hike in land revenue. The British military opened fire, killing scores of farmers. 140 farmers were died officially. It remains a symbol of agrarian resistance in Assam. Geography, drainage system. Which of the following is an example of an antecedent drainage system? Antecedent drainage system. Antecedent drainage system. The Godavari River, Brahmaputra River, Krishna River, Mahanadi River. Which of the following is an example of antecedent drainage system? Antecedent drainage system mane ki drainage mane to pani bujo nodi over but antecedent Godavari, Brahmaputra, Krishna, Mahanadi. Godavari western to eastern, Krishna western to eastern, Mahanadi western to eastern. But Brahmaputra, there is difference. So B. Yes, B is the correct answer. Distant rivers existed before the. Oh, this is not that. before existed, antecedent rivers existed before the uplift of the mountains. Before the uplift of the mountains, they flow through. As the Himalayas rose, rivers like the Indus, Sutlej, and Brahmaputra maintained their original courses by cutting deep gorges through the rice mountains. Okay, so what? Indus, Sutlej, Brahmaputra, etc. Okay, whatever. Before the before the what do you call before the upliftment of the mountains. Okay. Match the following schedules of the Indian Constitution with their contents. Schedules of the Indian Constitution, their content. Oh, pass second schedule forms of what's an affirmation. That is, I think, correct. Fourth schedule allocation of seats in the Rajya Sabha. Maybe correct. Eighth schedule, that is languages organized by the correct. Tenth schedule, the provisions related to anti-defection. That is also correct. Because of what's an affirmation. Fourth schedule election of fourth schedule, that is election of seat. This is not correct. Fourth schedule is not correct. So 1, 3, and 4. I will go for C. No. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. These are only correct. First one was not correct. Second schedule, what an information nasile. So incorrect whole. Fourth schedule, there was election of seats in Rajya Sabha. Fourth schedule, election of seats in Rajya Sabha. Eighth schedule, languages recognized by the Constitution. 10th schedule, provisions related to anti-defection. Sab kita monot nathake. Monot kul thakibo. The second schedule deals with the emoluments. Oh, second schedule, emoluments, not what's in information. Dormaha, allowances, and privileges of high officials, president, governor, or governors, judges, etc. And the third schedule deals with the words and information. Third schedule deals with words and information. Some geography, national parks, Ramana National Park records. It is the 6th national park. Ramana National Park is 6th, and the Dingpatka is 7th in 2021. All then Chikhna Zula National Park, that was 8. Okay. Located in the Gosaigaon subdivision, Kokrasar, correct. It is contiguous with the Pipsu Wildlife Sanctuary. And yes, it is famous for the golden langur, an endemic species. Yes, all are correct. That is the all are correct. Declared in 2021, Ramana is a vital part of the Transboundary Manas Conservation Area. Transboundary Manas Conservation Area, Manasur Logot, Mana close, Mana peripheral. It provides a corridor for elephants and is the stronghold of the golden langur. Yes, golden langur बहुत पोৱা যায় to Ramana National Park, Gosaigaon Subdivision, Kokrajhar. General science, human physiology. Which part of the human brain is primarily responsible for maintaining body balance, posture, and equilibrium? That is hypothalamus, cerebrum, medulla. That is cerebrum. Hypothalamus. That is, of course, hypothalamus. B. Oh, cerebellum. Cerebellum of the responsible for maintaining body balance. Cerebellum, body balance, posture, and equilibrium. Balance, posture, and that is equilibrium. That is Cerebellum. I thought hypothalamus. Cerebellum is responsible. The cerebellum, that is known as little brain. Little brain, cerebellum. Little brain coordinates voluntary movements such as posture, balance, and space, resulting in smooth and balanced muscular activity. Resulting in smooth and balanced muscular activity. Okay. Economics, external sector. With reference to currency depreciation, consider the following. Currency depreciation. Currency depreciation is the following. It makes a country's exports cheaper and currency depreciation. It makes a country's exports cheaper and imports more expensive. Currency depreciation. It makes a country's exports cheaper and imports. This is correct. Expensive. It can lead to there is imported inflation. Imported are expensive, so it can be, yes, imported inflation in an economy like India, which is heavily dependent on oil imports. Yes, this is correct. It is a deliberate action taken by the central bank under a fixed exchange rate system. It is a deliberate action taken by central bank under a fixed exchange rate system. All are correct. Exchange rate, fixed exchange rate, deliberate action taken by the central bank under a fixed exchange rate Indian economy. Fixed exchange rate system. All three correct होने नहीं. All three 1 and 2 तो correct है. Deliberately. I think D. Oh, sorry. To political 1 and 2 there halasile. It is a deliberate action taken by central bank. Depreciation occurs due to market forces, demand supply in a floating rate system. Okay, a deliberate reduction in currency value. Deliberate reduction in currency value by the government or central bank is called devaluation. Oh, a deliberate reduction in currency means value of the currency reduced is known as devaluation, means where there is inflation take place. No, that way. Modern Indian history. Wood's dispatch of 1854 is called Magna Carta. 1854 Magna Carta of English Education in India. Which of the following were its recommendations? Wood's dispatch, the Magna Carta of English language education in India, established the universities in Calcutta, Bombay, and Madras. Etu correct. Correct hobo lagi. Promotion of female education at all levels. At all levels, female education 1854. I think this is also correct. Female education. Vernacular languages should be the medium of instruction at the primary level. Oh, this is also correct. Maybe vernacular languages should be the medium of instruction. Yes, at the primary level. No, primary to vernacular level. Native. That is 1, 3, 2, 3. All are correct. I will go for D. Yes, D was the correct answer. Wood's dispatch took a comprehensive view. It suggested English for higher education, but emphasized vernacular. So, but much as English is for the higher education as, but emphasized vernacular for the much as at the school level. Okay, Assam art, that is Satra architecture. In a traditional Assam Satra, the main main prayer hall with the where the deity is kept and congregational prayers are held. Congregational prayer held in is known as congregational. Congregational mani parthana hoba no. Monikot, the main prayer hall where the deity is kept and congregational prayers. Monikot to namghor main prayer hall. Namghor Karapat Patadrova no Karapat no Namghor congregational no Namghor no Monikot main no so A I will go for A Namghor congregation to Joma lage kot Namghor to Joma lage so I made mistake in here also. Correct answer was that is main congregation that was Namghor. That was not like what called Seng Surim Seng Tam something like that. That is not the one. There was Manikut, I think. But okay, let me check the analysis explanation. The Namghor is the central prayer hall. Yes, the Manikut Jewel Hut is the small structure. Yes, that is small structure attached to the Namghor, where the Guru Asana and or the sacred scripture Guru Asana or the sacred scripture that is placed. That is small area. Okay, very small area. People cannot congregate in there. Okay. Environment global warming. Which of the following gases has the highest global warming potential? Carbon dioxide, no. Methane, nitrous oxide, no. Sulfur hexafluoride, yes. Sulfur has like so much, so D is the correct answer. Yes. CF or SF6 and nitrous oxide N2O and methane CH4, carbon dioxide CO2. So while CO2 is the most abundant greenhouse gas, sulfur hexafluoride, SF6 is the most potent. Its greenhouse global warming potential is roughly 23,500 times that of carbon dioxide over 100 years. Ooh. Its global warming potential is roughly 23,500 times that of carbon dioxide. Oh, carbon dioxide kori iman 10,500 গুণ বেছি 100 বছৰ period. Okay. Some census 2011. To the census 2011, consider following statements. The literacy rate of Assam is higher than the national level. National level kori higher hobo niki literacy rate Assam huisile niki Assam literacy rate iman bisi keneki hobo national level ke bisi hobo noare I think tetialeke no 2011 national level ke bisi I don't think it is correct. The literacy rate of Assam is higher than the national level. Dhuri is the most populous district of Assam. Sabse bisi Manathoka. No, this is not correct. Nagaon was the most populous. Nagaon or metropolitan Guwahati. Most populous. Oh, I'm forgetting this all. But Dhuri is not correct. So the sex ratio of Assam is 958, which is the correct question. No. Dhuri the most populous district hoboi nore. So national level or kori higher asile no. So correct answer will be 1 and 3. Okay. 1 and 3. So C. Oh my god, Dhuri was the most populous district of Assam. I don't know. I made mistake here also. Oh my god, how could Dhuri be? All statements are correct. Assam's literacy rate was 72.19. National level, there was 72. Oh, Assam 7. What are this going to happen? Assam's literacy rate 72.19%, national 74. Not though very close. Many sources, Public Service Commission case consider it higher or on par with specific rural averages. However, in the 2011 official data, Assam's 72.19% was slightly below the national 74%, but the sex ratio 958 versus 943. And Dhobri being the most populous are definitive facts used in the previous APSC case. Wow. Assam's sex ratio 958 and over central average 1943 sex ratio, and Dhobri was the most populous. Assam's literacy to 72 হয় 1922 হয় তেতিয়াহ'লে এইটো আনচাৰ আনচাৰটোতো 2 and 3 হ'ব লাগিছিলে বি হ'ব লাগিছিলে বাট কিয় APSC এনেকৈ কনচিডাৰ কৰে ন পাব্লিক চাৰ্ভিচ কমিশ্যন এনচাৰ কিবিলাকত কনচিডাৰ ইট হায়াৰ অৰ অন পাৰ উইথ স্পেচিফিক ৰুৰেল এভাৰেজৰ ওপৰত হেৰি কৰে ন ৰুৰেল মতে আমাৰ এইটো হায়াৰ ন However, in the 2011 research data, Assam's 72.19 was slightly below. Okay. APSC area belik no itu dilune nai. Oh yes, I already signed it. Thubri being the most populous are definitive facts. Thubri सबसे बेसी মানুহ আছে জনসংখ্যা 2011 হেৰিত I thought Nogao or Kamrup Metro. Nogao. I thought Nogao. Science and Tech. It was how লাগিব. Consider following Pierce mission objective. Gaganyaan India's first human spaceflight mission. First human spaceflight mission. Itu Gaganyaan hobo na. Gaganyaan hobo lagi to. First human spaceflight. Yes. This is correct. Sukrayan 1 orbital mission to study the atmosphere of Venus. Yes, this is correct. Sukrayan Venus. NISR joined the Earth observing mission between ISRO and NASA. Earth observing. Yes, all are correct. D is the correct answer. NASA, ISRO, synthetic aperture radar. Aperture radar is particularly NASA synthetic aperture radar. That is sir. NISR. Okay. Oh, NASA ISRO synthetic aperture radar. Okay. Is particularly noteworthy as it will use dual frequencies. It will use dual frequency L band and S band to map the entire globe in 12 days. To map the entire globe in 12 days. Earth observing satellite. That's why. It will be able to map entire globe, entire world, entire Earth. Okay. in 12 days. Okay. The preamble of the Indian Constitution serves as an introductory statement regarding this. Which of the following is correct? The preamble is a source of power to the legislature and the provision about the powers of the legislature. Source of power to know. Introductory statement. Preamble is a source of power to the legislature power and a prohibition upon the powers of the legislature. Ito ho pa rin eh. It was amended twice since its inception. Oh, no. 2002. It was only amended once. 1976. 42nd Amendment. Okay. The case one in the Bharati case, the Supreme Court held that the preamble is a part of the Constitution. Yes, that is correct. She is correct. Only she regarding only she correct only. How did they want the preamble is a source of power of the legislature and provision upon the powers of legislature. And see what is this? Oh, this is also there. The ideas of liberty, liberty, equality, and fraternity. Liberty, equality, and fraternity were borrowed from the American Constitution. No, this is not correct. So only what? Only C and A and C. That preamble is the yes part of the Constitution. So C is the correct answer. Only C. If that is yes, only C. This preamble is not the power of the legislative body. Legislature power no preamble and is not a provision of power of the legislature. Okay. And the case one in the party case, according to it, preamble is the part of the Constitution. The preamble is not a source of power nor a prohibition, non-justiciable. It cannot be act as something like that, nullify like that. So it is non-justiciable. It has been amended by only once, 42nd Amendment, 1976. The ideals of equal liberty, equality, and fraternity were brought from French Revolution, not American. French Revolution. It took place in 1917, I think, France, or 1817 or something, 1917. I'm forgetting that. Liberty, equality, and fraternity. 64 geography, Assam mineral resources. Which of the following statements regarding coal in Assam are correct? Assam coal is mainly of tertiary period. Mainly of the tertiary period. This is correct. It is characterized by high sulfur content, yes, making it unsuitable for certain metallurgical purposes. High sulfur content to correct, but making it unsuitable for certain metallurgical processes. This can be also correct. Makum coalfield is the largest and most productive coalfield in the state. Makum coalfield the largest is most productive coalfield in the state. Highest coalfield to কি আসলে Makum হয় না নহয় Makum is in Dimahachao or Karbi Anglong. That is in Dimahachao, I think. Lidu Margarita তিনচুকীয়া ফালে বেছি আছিলে নেকি মাকুমটো লাৰ্জেষ্ট নহ'ব লাগে 1 and 2 টো কাৰেক্ট হয় so what will I choose Maybe correct. I will go for correct. D. Yes, D is the correct answer. Makuba is the largest coalfield in Assam. Unlike the Gondwana tertiary what period? No, tertiary period or what? That is tertiary period. Yes. Unlike the Gondwana and peninsular India, Assam coal is tertiary. Oh, India is Gondwana and peninsular. Gondwana coal. Oh, Gondwana coal is peninsular India. India coal bilag Geneva. Gondwana coal no. Gondwana period. The tertiary, its high sulfur content is a major environmental and industrial challenge. Yes. Okay. Even though it has high calorific value, it is high calorific value, but it is so much useful. It has to be refined repeatedly. Okay. Indian history, ancient literature. Match the following ancient Indian authors with the work Sudraka, that is Mrisha Katika. Sudrak Mrisha Katika Sudrak Vishakdatta Mudra Raksaka, ito correct hoy. Banaphatta, that is Harsha Sarita. Banaphatta Harsha Sarita, ito correct hoy. Sudrak Mrisha Sudrake ke লিখিছিলে Sudrak to Mrisha Katika লিখা নাছিলে নেকি 2 and 3 হে কারেক্ট হ'ব লাগে Sudrak কি লিখিছিলে Sudrak Mrisha Katika correct or not I'm forgetting Sudrak. Okay, I will go for D, whatever it is. Yes, this is the correct answer. I was forgetting that Sudrak Mrishakatika. I couldn't recall it, but I assumed it, so it came to be correct. That is Sudrak Mrishakatika, Vishakhadatta, that is Matra Rakshaka, and Vanavata Harsasarita. Mrishakatika, the little clay curd. The little clay curd is a famous Sanskrit drama. Mudra Rakshasa deals with Sanika's schemes. That Sanika's schemes to put Chandragupta Maurya on the throne. That is about Mudra Rakshasa is about Sanika and Sanika's technique and Chandragupta's kingdom. Okay, and the Maurya dynasty. Harsasarita is the biography of King Harshavardhana. Environment pollutants. Which of the following is are secondary pollutants? Ground level ozone. Ground level ozone secondary pollutant or primary pollutant? Ground level ozone. Peroxyacetyl nitrate, sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, secondary level pollutant, sulfur dioxide. There's also secondary level position. Peroxyacetyl nitrate here away. Ground level ozone O3. Secondary pollutant no है निके 3 2 3 4 है वो निके 2 3 4 बड़ी नहीं कोनो सब कितने secondary pollution हो निके carbon dioxide ground level already do pollution secondary pollutant only 1 and 2, that is ozone, ground level ozone, and peroxyacetyl nitrate, sulfur dioxide, and carbon monoxide no hai. Okay, dioxide, monoxide gila no hai kino. Oh, primary. No, so the primary pollutants like
Oh, sulfur dioxide primary and carbon monoxide also primary pollutant are emitted directly from sources. Carbon monoxide and sulfur dioxide directly sources of petroleum. Secondary pollutants form in the atmosphere through chemical reactions between primary pollutants and environmental factors. Ground level ozone due to reaction হয় natural primary chemical pollutants mixture হৈ কিনে secondary হৈ যায় ozone আৰু ইপিনে peroxyacetyl nitrate. Okay. Sulfur dioxide direct source directly sourceৰ পৰা যেনেকৈ ওলাই সেনেকৈ pollutant হয় carbon monoxide সেনেকৈ but peroxyacetyl nitrate and ground level ozone, these are secondary pollutants after they get interacted with primary pollutants and also environmental factors. Ozone and peroxyacetyl nitrate are classic examples of photochemical smoke components. Assam history quit in the moment. Okay, the answer all of us. Who was the leader of the dead squad Mritubani in the Darang district? That is Puspolota Das. Puspolota Das. That is A. It's Dorangot. Mritubani leader to Jyoti Prakash Agarwala asile. Mritubani Prakash Agarwala hoto. The political number. Jyoti Prakash Agarwala asile. The Mritubani dead squad and Santi Sena peace corps were organized by Jyoti Prakash Agarwala. That's quite an Santi Sena peace corps. Jyoti Agarwala in Darang. Puspoladas was also a key organizer, but conceptual leadership in the Darang belt is attributed to Agarwala. Okay. Economy taxation. Consider the following statements regarding the goods and services tax. It is a destination-based consumption tax. The GST Council is a constitutional body chaired by the Prime Minister of India. Alcohol for human consumption and petroleum products are currently outside the ambit of GST. Okay. Goods and services tax, no. It is a destination-based consumption tax. Okay, destination-based consumption test. Over there. Goods and services tax. Goods korobara kod jai heneko no. Outside gale to ipine beleg hobo heneko dhoroner hobo pare. The GST Goods and Services Tax Council is a constitutional body. So Prime Minister of India. To GST Council to constitutional no hoy neki. GST constitutional no hobo. Station to rehe hobo lage. Alcohol for human consumption and petroleum products are currently outside the ambit of GST. Petroleum products, alcohol. Ito নহ'ব নে? Goods and service নহয় নেকি? So negative হ'ব. Full হ'ব ito no? One and only one correct or what? Only 1 and 2. I will go for only 1 and 2. A. That was 1 and 3. Oh, মানে alcohol আৰু petroleum product বিলাক GST নহয়. GST নলয় তাৰ পৰা. I made mistake and GST Council to কিবা কয় constitutional body নহয়. statutory body have, The council article, that is 279, is shared by the Union Finance Minister, not a Prime Minister. Union Finance Minister. Constitutional body হয় তাৰমানে ন জাষ্টি প্ৰাইম মিনিষ্টাৰ নকৰে জাষ্টিটো ফাইনেন্স মিনিষ্টাৰ এইটোতো কাৰেক্ট কথা এইটো কমন কথা আছিলে প্ৰাইম মিনিষ্টাৰ ফাইনেন্স মিনিষ্টাৰ থকাতে আৰু ক'ত চিলে মিষ্টেক হৈ যায় আৰু ন চিলে মিষ্টেকটো নহয় আৰু কি ক'ম নাজানোৱে ভালকে general science which of why does diamond sparkle more than a glass imitation cut to the same shape. Okay, diamond has a higher density than glass. Diamond has a higher refractive index. In a smaller critical, diamond is harder than diamond is light, more light than diamond. That is B. B is the correct answer. Yes, B is the refractive কি আছিলে refractive index আছে resulting in a smaller critical angle. Okay. The high refractive index of diamond approx 2.42 means and approx 2.4 means its critical angle is very small, approx 24.4. I don't know what this terms or units or something like that. This ensures that high light entering the diamond undergoes total internal reflection many times before exiting. Okay, total internal reflection takes place many times before exiting, creating the sparkle. Okay, light makes so many internal reflections. Okay, as some art and culture. The Hasti Vidyanava, a famous treatise on elephants, was commissioned during the reign of Shiva Singha. That was Shiva Singha. That is B. B is the correct answer. Too common, no? To anime. Commissioned by King Shiva Singha and his Queen Ambika in 1734. It was written by Sukumar Borgait and illustrated by two painters, Dilwar and Dosai. Indian art, Gandhara versus Mathura schools. Consider the following statements regarding the ancient schools of sculpture. The Gandhara school was heavily Gandhara and Mathura. Gandhara school was heavily influenced by Greco-Roman styles and predominantly used blue-gray schist stone. The Mathura school was entirely indigenous and produced images of Buddha, Jain, Tirthankaras, and Hindu deities. In Gandhara art and Buddha art, the Buddha is often depicted with curly hair, anatomical accuracy, and wearing a Roman-style toga. Gandhara is a Greco-Roman style. I will go for all correct. D. D is the correct answer. I didn't know anything about it, but simply I did it. Gandhara ancient school, Gandhara and Maratha. Gandhara and Mathura. The Gandhara school was heavily influenced by Greco-Roman styles and predominantly used blue-gray schist stone. The Mathura school was entirely indigenous and produced images of Buddha, Jain, Tirthankaras, and Hindu deities. The Gandhara art, the Buddha is often depicted with curly hair, anatomical accuracy, and wearing a Roman-style toga. Gandhara, that is Psychopathian influence, Greco-Roman, no, Greco-Roman no, Greco-Roman, that is Gandhara. The Psychopathian influence focused on realism and the Apollo-like features of Buddha. Mudra was a major indigenous center that used spotted red sandstone and was the first to develop a wide variety of religious iconography. Apollo-like means what? Kali here, anatomical accuracy, and or a Roman style toga. Assam geography, forest types. Which of the following is the most dominant type of forest found in Assam by area? That is tropical wetland forest, evergreen, no tropical, semi-evergreen, no tropical, most deciduous. That is C. What most dominant type of forest in Assam area by area? Tropical, semi-evergreen forest. Itu henegi, puluh tinggal doang. Tropical semi-evergreen forest. Okay, semi-evergreen forest explanation. While Assam is famous for its evergreen patches, the tropical semi-evergreen forests cover the largest area, particularly along the foothills of the Himalayas and the Barak Valley. Oh, that's why most of the forest area belong to tropical semi-evergreen forest. From Himalayan, that is Himalayan and Barak foothills valley. Himalayas foothill and Barak valley. Oh, semi-evergreen. Okay. I got this. Okay. Indian polity amendments. Which constitutional amendment act is known as the mini constitution and introduced what's socialist, secular, and republic, socialist, secular integrity. That is 42nd. That is 1976. B. So B is the correct answer. This amendment brought massive changes, including the addition of fundamental duties. Fundamental duties were also included for Part 4A and limiting the power of the judiciary. Regarding the review of constitutional amendments. Limiting the power of the judiciary. Okay. Regarding the review of constitutional amendments. Let us track down. Okay. Assam history, British period. Under the Treaty of Yandabo, 1826, which of the following territories was not ceded to abroad under the British? That is Manipur. That is Manipur B. Oh, sorry. That was Tripura. Why questions seem different? Answers seem different. Under the Treaty of Yandabo, 1826, which of the following territories was not ceded to or brought under the influence of the British? That was Tripura. Oh. To Yandabo ended the First Anglo-Burmese War. The Burmese ceded Assam, Arakan, and Tenasserim. Manipur was recognized as an independent state under British influence. Tripura was a separate princely state not covered by this specific treaty. Okay. Manipur was already independent. Oh, territories were Assam, Arakan, and Tenasserim. Assam, Arakan, and Tenasserim. Tripura was not included, covered by this specific treaty. Manipur was recognized as an independent state under British influence. Tripura was a separate princely state, not covered by this specific treaty. Separate princely state. Okay. Very critical question. General science biology, hormones. Consider the following pairs. Hormone primary function. Hormone primary function, insulin regulates blood sugar level. This is correct. Adrenaline, that is fight or flight response. Fight or flight response. I don't know this one. Thyroxine regulates basal metabolic rate. Adrenaline, fight or flight. I don't know this one. Which I don't know, then I will go for it. All. I will go for all. All correct. Okay. All is correct. All are correct. Insulin regulates blood sugar level. Adrenaline, that is fight or flight response. Fight or flight response. And thyroxine, that is regulates. Thyroxine regulates basal metabolic rate. Thyroxine regulates basal metabolic rate. Insulin is secreted by pancreas. Insulin is secreted by pancreas. And blood sugar level regulate করে. Adrenaline by the adrenal glands. Adrenaline by the adrenal glands, and thyroxine by the thyroid gland. Economics, fiscal policy. The Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act in 2003 was enacted to ensure the independence of the RBI. Fiscal responsibility and budget management. Fiscal responsibility and budget management. এই fiscal বস্তুবিলাক অলপ ভালকে নাজানো. Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act. Okay. 2003 was enacted to ensure a independence of RBI. Institutionalize financial discipline and reduce the fiscal deficit. Financial discipline. Regulate the flow of the foreign direct investment. Liquidate non-performing assets of the public sector. I think institutionalize financial discipline. Reduce the fiscal deficit. I think B correct lage. Yes. B is the correct answer. Okay. The Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act set targets for the government to reduce the fiscal deficit to 3% of gross domestic product and eliminate the revenue deficit as aim for long-term macroeconomic stability. Assam culture, Shankardev's contribution. Which of the following literary works was written by Srimant Shankardev? Which of the following literary works was written by Srimant Shankardev? Oh, Srimant Shankardev. That's Kirtan Khasa. Very easy. Sometimes. Oh, so many are there. Kirtan Khasa naam khasa no hai. So one, three, Kunumala and Ratnavali. Kunumala written by Srimanto. Yes. Bhakti Ratnavali. That is Madhav Dev. So 1 and 3. 1 and 3. That is A. Yes, A. Srimant Shankardev wrote only Kirtan Khasa and Kunumala. Bhakti Ratnavali and Nam Khasa were written by Srimant Madhav Deva. Nam Khasa was written by his chief disciple Madhav Deva. Bhakti Ratnavali was also accepted, translated by Madhav Deva. Shankardeva is the author of Kirtan Kosha, the concise Kunumala, written in a single night. Oh, Kunumala was written in a single night. Okay. Geography, atmosphere, geography. Which layer of the atmosphere contains the ozone layer and is characterized by a temperature increase? Oh, ozone layer to troposphere stratosphere होइन characterized by a temperature and its altitude increase. Troposphere, that is stratosphere. के question होइन प्रश्नहरू छ which layer of the atmosphere contains the ozone layer, okay, and is characterized by a temperature increase. With its altitude, okay. That is stratosphere. Temperature in temperature increase decrease the কথা নাই. The stratosphere extends from roughly 10 to 50 kilometer. Yes, troposphere to 1 to 2 10 kilometer, no, 10 to 12 kilometer from the surface Earth surface, okay. And the stratosphere extends from 10 to 50 kilometer. Temperature increases here. Yes, temperature increases here. The way you go higher, okay. So altitude in increase, because the ozone layer absorbs ultraviolet radiation from the sun. Temperature increases here because the ozone layer absorbs ultraviolet. Okay, ozone layer absorbs the ultraviolet radiation from the sun. Okay, ozone layer, it is very important. Ozone ground ozone, that is ground level was secondary pollutant, no, ground ozone, and what there was carbon dioxide for what? I'm forgetting it. Yeah, there was carbon dioxide, not carbon dioxide. Okay, leave it. International relations treaties, okay. Indo-Sri Lanka Accord in 1987, which led to the deployment of the Indian Peacekeeping Force. IAP, Indian Peacekeeping Force, was signed between Indira Gandhi and Srimama Bandaranaike, Rajiv Gandhi, and this is Janewardene, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, and Rana 1987 asile no. So Rajiv Gandhi kahini ho to Rajiv Gandhi and JR Jayawardene. Yes, that is B. I will go for B. Yes, B is correct answer. India peacekeeping, no, 1987. That is Sri Lankan. What called? Indo-Sri Lanka Accord. 1987. Rajiv Gandhi and JR Jayawardene. Tamil people বিলাকক যেনেকৈ হেৰা কৰিছিলে তাতে লঘু লাঞ্ছনা কৰিছিলে ন শ্ৰীলংকাত. This accord sought to resolve the Sri Lankan civil war by establishing a system of devolution of power of the province's 13th Amendment and ending the hostilities between the Sri Lankan government and Tamil militants. Okay. Environment. Global initiative. What is the Global Tiger Forum? Global Tiger Forum, what is it? Global Tiger Forum. The wing of the World Bank that funds tiger relocation. World Bank tiger relocation kind of fund the only intergovernmental international body established with members from tiger range countries to embark on a global campaign to protect the tiger. Non-governmental organization, it is impossible. B হ'ব লাগে department under the Ministry of Environment, Forest and that is B. The only intergovernmental international body. Yes, along the ranges embark on the global campaign of protecting tiger. Okay, that is B. Yes, B is the correct answer. Headquartered in New Delhi, the Global Tiger Forum, no. Forum no. The Global Tiger Forum, no. Yes, the Global Tiger Forum, New Delhi, that's their headquarters. is the only intergovernmental body specifically for tiger conservation globally. Okay. Maybe I should take a rice now. Okay, I should.
Question 81. Assam history. Quotes the following statements regarding Ambikagiri Raisudhuri. He was known as Assam Kesari, the Lion of Assam, for his fiery patriotism. Yes, he founded the Assam Sangrakshini Sabha, Ahom Sangrakshini Sabha, Ambikagiri Raisudhuri, to protect the interest of the indigenous people of Assam. I think correct. Ahom Sangrakshini Sabhar Ambikagiri Raisudhuriye Kurisile Hobo Lage. He was a prominent leader of the 921 non-cooperation movement and wrote the song O More Upon Days. Oh my god, this is not correct. So 1 and 2 only. 1 and 2. Only 1 and 2. A is the correct answer. More Upon Days, Lakshminath Besburwa, written by Lakshminath Besburwa. Because while he was a freedom fighter, the song Omar Upon Days, the state anthem of Assam, was written by Lakshminath Besburwa, not Ambikagiri Raisudhuri. Ancient Indian science. Sushruta Samhita, an ancient Sanskrit text, is primarily known for its contributions to which field? The metallurgy, alchemy, surgery, and medicine. That is B. Yes, Sushruta Samhita. Sudroke লিখিছিলে নেকি surgery and medicine কাৰণে Sudrok নহয় Sushrut, and that is Sushruta Samhita. Okay, Sushrut is often regarded as the father of surgery. Okay, the text describes over 120 surgical instruments. Wow, 120 surgical instruments, and complex procedures like rhinoplasty, that is plastic surgery of the nose. Rhinoplasty or plastic surgery of the nose, and cataract surgery. Okay, cataract to কিহৰ আছিলে চকুৰ আছিলে নেকি বেমাৰটো okay, anyways, no problem. Question 83. Indian polity, local government. Under the Panchayats extension to scheduled areas, that is PESA Act 1996, which of the following is correct? Panchayats extension to scheduled areas. It applies to all states of India regardless of their tribal population. Aha. Ito নহয়. The Gram Sabha is empowered to safeguard and preserve the traditions and customs of the people. The state government has the absolute power to acquire land in scheduled areas. C2 একেবাৰে নহয়. It replaces the sixth schedule in the states where it is implemented. Under the Panchayats extension, it replaces the sixth schedule in the states where it is implemented. D2 correct হ'ব লাগে নেকি? The Gram Sabha is empowered. The state government has the absolute power to require land in scheduled areas. The Gram Sabha. C2 হ'ব নোৱাৰে. The Gram Sabha is empowered to safeguard preserve the traditions and customs of the people. Under the Panchayats Extension Act, the people, the tribal population. Ito hobo nore B2 hobo pare B hobo lage sorry B hol correct. Ito may B2 dilu hiten. Ito may secor ho silo mani keneko thornor bisarise. So B came to be the correct answer. Gram Sabha has the power to safeguard and preserve the traditions and customs of the people. PESA, that is Panchayat's extension to civil areas Act 1996, was enacted to extend the provisions of Part 9 of the Constitution to the fifth civil areas. It keeps significant mandatory fifth civil areas. This is fifth civil area related Panchayat's extension to the civil caste. Civil caste means civil areas. Not civil caste maybe, not ST. ST is in the sixth civil. And it gives significant mandatory powers to Gram Sabha, including a right to be consulted before land acquisition and the power to manage minor water bodies. Okay, power to manage minor water bodies. Okay. 84 Assam geography river systems. Which of the following tributaries of the Brahmaputra is a transboundary river originating at the Tibet Autonomous Region of China? Polite tributaries of Assam or Brahmaputra territory transboundary river originating in the Tibet Autonomous Region of China. China originate hoise kunto Kopili. No way. Manas to Tibet hoa Subansiri kot originate hoisile. I think B and C, Manas and Subansiri. Manas and Subansiri, Tibeted. Bhutan, Tibet. I think D. Yes, D. Manas and Subansiri were originated in Tibet Autonomous Region of China. Okay, transboundary tributary of Brahmaputra. The Manas River originates in Tibet and flows through Bhutan before entering Assam. The Subansiri, the largest tributary of the Assam of the Brahmaputra, also originates in the Himalayas in Tibet. 85 Economics balance of payments. In the context of India's balance of payments, which of the following constitute the current account? Balance of payment, balance of trade, export import of goods, balance of payment. Foreign direct investment, balance of payment. Foreign balance of payment. Oh, the context constitute the current account. Kun category no balance of payment to trade to foreign direct investment. Foreign direct investment itu balance of payment no buribo pai. Remittances from Indians working abroad. Remittances from Indians abroad, balance of payment. External commercial borrowings. Itu hobo 1N4 to hoboi 1N4 to 2 hoboi 1N4 all hobo তেতিয়াহলে to all hobo all oh the 1N4 only 1N4 what 1N4 1N3 only 1N3 remittances from Indians working abroad. External commercial borrowings. External to external no related na country logot balance and payments, but balance of payments is related to balance of trade, export import of goods and remittances from Indians. Direct investment, foreign direct investment তেনেকুৱা ৰিলেশ্যন নাই বেলেগৰ মানুহে কেনেকৈ ইনভেষ্ট কৰে ইণ্ডিয়াত সেইটো কৰিব পাৰে যেনেকৈ যে ইচ্ছা and remittances from Indians working abroad. It would hobo balance of payment. So 1 and 3 was okay. I did wrong. The current account records the net flow of income, goods, services, and transfer payments like remittances, foreign direct investment, and external commercial borrowings are part of the capital account. Capital account, as they involve changes in assets and liabilities. 86 environment carbon credits. What is blue carbon? Carbon captured by the world's oceans and coastal ecosystems. That can be correct. Carbon sequestrated in the deep earth crust during petroleum formation. No. Carbon emission produced by the shipping, digital satellite industry. Blue carbon, the carbon captured by the world's ocean and coastal ecosystem. Sequestered in the deep earth crust during petroleum formation. Blue carbon to trap korate hobo niki capture korate hobo A hobo. So A is the correct answer. Blue carbon to carbon capture by the world's oceans and coastal ecosystems. Blue carbon refers to the carbon stored in coastal and marine ecosystems like mangroves, tidal marshes, and seagrass meadows. These ecosystems sequester carbon at much high rates than terrestrial forests. Okay, terrestrial forest. Okay, I give mangroves, marshes, and seagrass meadows. Basically, carbon sequestrate Korea. Carbon absorb Korea. No. Assam art and culture. Consider the following statements regarding Muga silk. It is produced by the silkworm Antheria assamensis, which is Jogesh theory recently given Padma Shri Award in 2026 and 2022 by Sonot he তেখেতে হেৰিও পাইছিলে এইটোতো পদ্ম এৱাৰ্ড পাইছিলে পদ্মশ্ৰী এইটো কিবা এৱাৰ্ড পাইছিলে পাহৰি গ'লো অসম কিবা আছিলে পাহৰি থাকিলোঁ এইটো আমাৰ দৰংগিৰিৰে হয় মুগা ৰেচম উদ্যোগৰ ওপৰতে এইটো কি হৈছে মুগা silk. Okay, it is produced by the silkworm Antheria assamensis. Yes, which is endemic to Assam. It is correct. Antheria assamensis. It is known for its natural golden yellow tint and extreme durability. Golden yellow tint. Ito hobo pare yellow to ki dile na jano. Golden yellow to no. It was granted a geographical indication tag for Assam. It is Assam Science Society for the Assam Science Society. Assam Science Society 2007. What is this? It was granted a geographical indication tag. Muga silk to the for the Assam Science Society. Assam Science কেনেকৈ আহিল 2007 চনততো মুগাক দিছিলে বাট Assam Science কেনেকুৱা কথা হ'ল so এইটো ইনকাৰেক্ট হ'ব দেই 1 and 2 only correct. That is A. Hey, দিয়া হৈ গ'ল কাৰেক্ট আনসাৰ ভাবিছিলোঁ আৰু কিবা এটা হ'ব খেলি মেলি কৰিব Assam Science Society for Assam Science and Society এইটো কেনেকুৱা কথা হ'ল all statements are Muga is often called the queen of silks. Unlike other silks, it becomes glossier with every wash. Glossier every wash. যিমানে ধুবা সিমানে উজ্জ্বল হৈ উঠে মানে মুগা কাপোৰটো যিমান পুৰণি সিমানে ভাল হয় তাৰমানে কি কথা হ'ল এইটো এইটো GI tag Muga silk was granted a geographical indication tag for the Assam Science Society in 2007. It took any statement how much urban or এইটো মই চেক কৰিব লাগিব দেই এবাৰ so let me give a okay 88 general science chemistry the process of galvanization is used to protect iron from rusting by coating it with a thin layer of galvanization is used to protect iron from rusting by coating it with a thin layer of that is tin nickel zinc that is chromium I think chromium galvanization tin to নহয় zinc nickel I think chromium A I will go for A oh that was C galvanization G so I made mistake galvanization not iron protect korবৰ কাৰণে এটা thin layer হৈ কৰে কি হৰ zinc is not rustable okay it doesn't get rusted zinc acts as a sacrificial anode even means it gets rusted but maybe in slower amount even if the coating is stretched the zinc oxidizes before the iron thus preventing rust okay 89 Indian history modern press which of the following acts was known as the gagging act Indian history gagging act modern press because it severely restricted the freedom of the Indian vernacular press gagging act because it severely restricted the freedom of the Indian vernacular press licensing act 1823 vernacular press act 1878 Indian Press Act 1910 newspaper enchantment to offenses 1908 to gagging act to it severely restricted the freedom of the Indian vernacular press freedom নিদিছিলে ন Indian press newspaper enchantment to offenses এইটোতো D হ'ব লাগে I think D vernacular press act so again made mistake here gagging act was vernacular press act which severely restricted freedom to the Indian press okay introduced by Lord Lytton this Lord Lytton vernacular press act this act was directed specifically against vernacular newspapers like Amrita Bazar Patrika to prevent them from criticizing British policies while leaving English newspapers exempt 90 Assam literature who is the author of the famous novel Aghori Atmar Kahini that is Syed Abdul Malik this is the correct answer Syed Abdul Malik that is A yes Aghori Atmar Kahini Syed Abdul Malik I haven't read that novel Syed Abdul Malik was one of the most prolific writers of Assamese literature. Aghori Atmar Kahini is one of his most celebrated works, for which he received the Sahitya Academy Award in 1972. '91 Indian polity constitutional bodies consider the following statements regarding the Election Commission of India (ECI). Election Commission of India. The Constitution has not prescribed the qualifications of the members of the Election Commission. Has not prescribed the qualifications of the members of the Election Commission. Election Commission Constitution will prescribe kora nai keneko kotha hobo Election Commissioner si member to Constitution thakiboi no so it is incorrect the Constitution has not debarred the retiring election commissioners from any further appointment by the government the Constitution has not debarred the retiring election commissioners from any further appointment by the government. Itu incorrect hobo. Election commissioner to election commissioner bilake aro Ganesh Kumar kiba hoi pare niki aro bilak government employee hobo pare niki noare niki korba itu noare sile Supreme Court to noare sile uthai. The conditions of service and tenure of office of the election commissioners are determined by the 1 and 2 to incorrect hobo bhai. The conditions of service and tenure of office of the election commissioners are determined by the president. Conditions of service and tenure of office of the election commissioners are determined by the president. Ki kotha hol president determine kore niki. Oh my god, to very beleg bostu to moi thorbe purana eta ko কোন কেটা কারেক্ট কইছি এতে তো যে কোনো দুটা তো কারেক্ট হবই নহলে বা হয় তিনিটা নহলে দুটা election commission has not prescribed the constitution has not prescribed the qualifications of the members of the election commission. The constitution has not debarred the retiring election commissioners from any further appointment by the government. Election commissioner etia korbat kam koro pare niki appointment lobo pare itu hobo pare de itu correct hobo pare 2 is correct. Okay, I will go for 2 but 1 is not correct. The conditions of service and tenure of office of the election commissioners are service and tenure of office election commissioner by the president. I don't know, so what should I do? President korbo pare niki election commissioner service aru tenure bilak maintain determine koribo pare. Election commissioner constitution not nice, so 1 should be the correct answer and 2 1 and 2. Okay, 1 and 2 are correct. 3 is incorrect. Okay, A. All were correct. Means what? Constitution not election commissioner or member or to appointment or qualification or kuno details nai and has not prescribed yes and the constitution does constitution mane election commissioner retired election commissioner bilakok mane kono mane appointment or karone aru beleg heri korbo sab kam korbor karone appointment has not debarred mane appointment ase mane they can participate in another appointment also. The constitution service and tenure of the constitution of service and tenure of the election commissioner are determined by president. Okay, these are all correct. So I was about to give all correct, but I didn't select the one also. Anyways, no problem. All statements are correct. These are often cited as flaws or gaps in the constitutional provisions regarding the election commission of India. Yes, constitution to thakebo lagisile. That's why election commissioner bilak hoba lagile ki kejan lage mane opposition party leader, then prime minister nominated member of the council. Means what? Duta support thake na here what called governing body developer. These are often cited as flaws, yes, or gaps in the constitutional provisions regarding the election commission of India, unlike the chairman of the UPSC chairman to beleg election commissioners are not constitutionally barred. Election commissioner beleg agor sakori pabo beleg from further government employment. UPSC chairman he sakori koribo noare. একবাৰ হেৰি হোৱাৰ পৰা চ' ইলেকশ্যন কমিশ্যনাৰ কেন পাৰে যি চাকৰি ইচ্ছা কৰে এপইণ্টমেণ্ট চৰকাৰী চাকৰি দিব তোমাক চৰকাৰৰ হৈ কাম কৰিলে এইটো geography green currents ocean currents which of the following is a cold current in the Atlantic Ocean cold current the Gulf Stream I think I don't know Brazil current that is Venezuela current this is cold current Kuroshio current that is warm current so I will go for that is Venezuela Sea yes sea is the cold current Gulf Stream warm current that is Gulf Stream, Brazil current, warm current, and Kuroshio current, that is warm current. The Venezuela current flows along the west coast of Africa. Venezuela current flows along the west coast of Africa toward the equator and is called Venezuela is called the Gulf Stream and Brazil current are warm Atlantic currents. Gulf Stream and Brazil current, warm Atlantic currents. The Kuroshio is a warm current in the Pacific Ocean. Kuroshio is a warm current in the Pacific Ocean. Assam history. The post-independence era. Ki kukur fuki ase. Question 93. Assam history. Post-independence era. The Assam Accord signed in 1985 fixed which state as the cutoff for the detection of and deportation of foreigners. That is March 25. That is March 25, 1971. That is C. Yes, C. My birthday is March 24. That's why I remember this date. This is 25th March. While the accord stated that those who entered between 1966 and 1971 would be deleted. Those who entered between 1966 and 1971 would be deleted from electoral rolls for 10 years. The final cut-off for detection, deletion, and deportation of illegal migrants was midnight of March 24, 1971, commencement of the Bangladesh Liberation War. March 24, 1971. 94. Science Tech Nuclear Physics. In a nuclear reactor, what is the primary function of the moderator? To absorb neutrons, to stop the chain reaction, to slow down the fast-moving neutrons, to control chain reaction. Yes, to slow down. That is B. B is the correct answer. Fast neutrons produced during fission are less likely to cause further fission in uranium-235. A moderator like heavy water or graphite slows them down. Moderator, heavy water, and graphite slows them down to thermal speeds to increase the probability of a sustained reaction. 95. Indian history, modern Gandhi. Which of the following was Gandhi's first experience of Satyagraha in India? Samparan Satyagraha. There was the first. No, Samparan Satyagraha in Bihar. Samparan Satyagraha, that is C. Yes, 1917. No, Biharat. কি নাম আছিল ৰাজকুমাৰ শুক্লা নে কিবা আছিলে ন প্ৰথম মানে কমপ্লেইন লৈ আহিছিলে ন গান্ধীলৈকে আপেল বিচাৰি আহিছিলে ন সেইটো হেল্প কৰিবৰ কাৰণে ফৰ Nil Indigo tax. Gandhi was invited by Rajkumar Shukla to look into the grievances of indigo planters in Bihar. This was his first civil disobedience movement in India Gandhi 1915 আহিছিলে আৰু 1917 প্ৰথম সত্যাগ্ৰহ in Bihar 96 Assam economy infrastructure the Thola Sudia bridge over Lohit River no Dibrugarh আৰু Tinsukia নাকি Dibrugarh আৰু Arunachal Pradesh নাকি আছিলে Tinsukia আছিল is built across which river that is Lohit yes officially known as the Bhupen Hazarika C2 it expands 9.15 kilometer no the Lohit river major tributary of the Brahmaputra connecting Assam and Arunachal okay Assam and Arunachal connect করে according environment international law the Nagoya Protocol is an international agreement related to international law no Nagoya Protocol protection of the ozone layer no this is not Montreal Protocol ozone layer no access to genetic resources and fair and equitable sharing of benefits I don't know transboundary movement of hazardous wastes reduction of greenhouse gas emissions access to genetic resources transboundary hazardous waste ito নহয় greenhouse gas emission ito নহয় so B is going to be the correct answer Nagoya Protocol access to genetic resources and access to genetic resources and fair and equitable sharing of benefits fair and equitable sharing of benefits that is B yes B is the correct answer the Nagoya Protocol is a supplementary agreement to the Convention on equitable share of biological diversity Convention on biological diversity it ensures that traditional knowledge and genetic resources are used fairly 98 Indian polity federalism which of the following is not a feature of the Indian federal system কোনো feature নহয় dual government এটোতো federalism system হয় center and state written constitution এটো কি কথা single citizenship federalism integrated judiciary কেনেকৈ কম এইটো written constitution এটো কি which of the following is not a feature of the Indian federal system that is Indian to bicameral হয় ন dual government to হয় written constitution single citizenship হয় ন integrated judiciary judiciary to integration আছে নে নাই judiciary to আছে integrated হ'ব single citizenship to হয় to B হ'ব answer to C and D single citizenship and integrated কেনেকৈ কথা are both features of the Indian system but C is a unitary feature explanation এটো কেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ হ'ব এটো অলপ critical আছে ন which of the following is not a feature of the Indian federal system C are both features of the Indian system C and D to Indian federal system to হয় single citizenship and integrated judiciary but C is unitary feature then what this is a conceptual question well and B are standard federal features and B are standard federal features single citizenship is a unitary feature federal countries like the USA typically have dual citizenship answer এইটো মানে হেৰি কৰি থৈ দিলে মানে কি ক'ব তাক নিউট্ৰেল কৰি ৰাখিল আৰু এইটো কুৱেশ্যন আনচাৰ বুজি নাপালোঁ এইটো কাক ক'ম চি এনচাৰটো চি দিব নে ডি দিব এইবিলাক দুটাই বোলে মানে ইণ্ডিয়ান ফিচাৰ্ছ অফ ইণ্ডিয়ান চিষ্টেম ন, ইণ্ডিয়ান চিষ্টেম বোলে ফেডাৰেল চিষ্টেম। But C is unitary feature, so answer is C. C is unitary feature, and C is unitary. Unitary means separate, no? The federal system মানে bicameral, no? Double. Oh no, this is not it. Explanation. This is a conceptual question. While A and B are standard, it is unbiased. Okay, the federal structure. I say single citizenship is a unitary feature, which is single citizenship is a unitary feature. So single unitary federal structure. Countries like US typically have dual citizenship. Yes. So C2 correct হয় federal not question no. এইটো অলপ কন্ট্ৰভাৰ্চিয়েল, এইটো হোৱাৰ নিদে নোহোৱা নিদিওঁ, এইটো বেলেগ ধৰণৰ, এইটো চেক কৰিব লাগিব, এইটো মই ভালকৈ আকৌ ভাল এটা ৰিজাল্ট পাওঁ নেকি। 99 general science, which of the following is known as powerhouse of the cell? That is mitochondria. That is C. Correct. Mitochondria are responsible for cellular respiration and cellular respiration and the production of ATP, adenosine triphosphate, the energy currency of the cell, the energy currency of the cell. Okay. Energy produce করে না ATP. 100 and the last question. Assam literature, the title Rakhoras, King of Wit, that is Lakshmanath Besura, upon Lakshmanath Besura, by which organization Assam Sahitya Sabha? Rakhoras, there was Assam Sahitya Sabha disile. There was Assam Sahitya Sabha. Lakshmanath Besura was honored with title Rakhoras by the Assam Sahitya Sabha in 1931 Sibsagar session, in recognition of his immense contribution to Assamese literature and his unique satirical style. Okay, itu correct last two. So 99 question to মই ভুলতে ৰাখিম দেই, মোৰ ফালৰ পৰা মই নিগেটিভতে ৰাখিম, যিটো 99 নহয়, এইটো 98 আছিলে ন, 98 যিটো চি বুলি আছিলে ন, ছিংগল চিটিজেনশ্বিপ, কাৰণ মই বি দিছিলোঁ ন, মোৰ বি হ'লেতো ভুলেই হ'বই। অ'কে, এতিয়া কাউণ্ট কৰোঁ মই কিমান মাৰ্কছ পালোঁ। 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 38 39 ৰং হৈছে। 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 38 39 যদিও হয় 40 60 61 কাৰেক্ট হ'ব মোৰ ন। চ' 61 কাৰেক্ট হ'লে কিমান 2 এতে 12 6 দুগুণ 12 হয় ন, অফক'ৰ্ছ 12 এণ্ড 39 হ'লে 38 হ'লে 18.5 নিগেটিভ হ'ব। নাইনটিন হ'ব 19.5 19.5 চ' মই 19.5 মোৰ ডিডাকশ্যন হ'ব কিমান হ'ব এতিয়া 5 মই এতিয়া 11 পৰা নগ'লে 3 10 11 2 9 10 11 আৰু ইয়াতে কিমান থাকিলে 10 কিমান থাকিলে মাৰ্কছ কিমান থাকিলে 102 so I scored 102 today also I scored 102 and yesterday also I scored 102 same score क्यों बाही আছে মই I don't know দেই মই নাজানো ভাই okay thank you for watching the video if you need the PDF then you can just contact me I will be giving my contact number in the what you call we section there is description in the description okay